choice but to lace up. Every day is game day, off my third contract, you still on that same play. Pop spit it out, but I got family sitting chain links. Oh, you bout that action, tell them boys you bout the same thing. Lying harder, but I got the eye of an eagle. I put the city on my back, look, I'm gonna ride for my people. And once I take the stage, I'm stuck like Evil Knievel. I built to conquer heights, my mind's a Danny DeVito. And once I get my first ring, I'm manifesting the sequel. Yo, this the IFL, swear the men become heroes in the end. Are you ready for that? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for the end? Are you ready for the end? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for the end?
They have ridden the crest of a 3-game losing streak and then a 3-game winning streak. And last week's loss puts them at 500, a rarefied position for an Arizona Rattlers team halfway through a football season to be 500. Unfamiliar territory for them, but so much adversity for this team here in 2024. The injury bug has bitten them and bitten them hard, and they've been facing that all season long to this point. Folks, welcome into the Snake Pit, the West Valley, Desert Diamond Arena, the brand new home in 2024 of the Arizona Rattlers. My name is Floyd Simmons, and my broadcast partner is the 3-time Super Bowl champion, Dale Hellestray. And Dale, as we get set for tonight's big matchup, the 4-4 Arizona Rattlers, something we're not used to saying, are getting set to take on a team that is looking for their first victory this season. It is the Duke City Gladiators coming into town, but Dale, adversity, that's been the watchword all season long for this Arizona Rattlers team. They've faced a lot of it this year.
They have, and this group, the fans, people I heard talking before the game, this is a get-right game because Duke City coming in 0-7 have not won a game. I can promise you, Duke City's not going to go over this season. You don't want to be that single win, have that happen tonight. Talking about adversity, I've been on really, really good teams. You mentioned the 3 Super Bowls. I've also been on the worst team in the National Football League. We were 2-14. So many things start at the beginning of the game.
Yep. Dale,
can you dominate early is the big thing.
Big question. Dale, a game like this could be a trap game for a lot of teams. 0-7 comes into your place. You might be feeling a little overconfident. I don't think that's a problem with the Arizona Rattlers right now. The adversity has produced, like I said, a 4-4 record that is unfamiliar to this Rattlers team. Any Rattlers team, any team coached by Kevin Guy to be 4-4 this point of the season. You can bet they are acutely tuned into what they've got to do tonight against Duke City.
I'm sure there was a little extra rigor with practice this week after last week's loss to Bay City, and obviously you can't let your guard down here tonight. So expect the Rattlers to hit them with everything they have here early in this football game and see if they can make Duke City struggle and hang their heads.
Welcome in, everybody, to Desert Diamond Arena, the Snake Pit, and they do it right here in Phoenix. They do it right with the Rattlers, and down on the floor, another example of that. Let's tune in to tonight's national anthem.
Cool.
usual, a great job with the national anthem on this Memorial Day weekend, Saturday night in the Valley of the Sun. A few moments ago, I had an opportunity to speak with the head coach and president of the Arizona Rattlers. That's Kevin Guy, and he gave us an idea where this team stands here as we're heading into this Duke City matchup. Coach Guy, it seems like every time we talk in a pregame, get ready for the game in front of you, we're talking about the injury situation and the status of the team. It's been an ongoing kind of theme for the Rattlers this year, this difficulty with injuries. Talk about what the team has right now facing Duke City.
Well, we were starting to get healthy, and then Haywood pulled up in warm-ups tonight. We were going to sit Gigi. Gigi's back in now, so the guys are fighting through it. This locker room's tight. We've had all the adversity we can see. I think it's going to make us stronger as we go through the season.
And you and I talked yesterday, and one of the things I pulled from that conversation is that you believe in this team. You believe in these guys in spite of the record, in spite of the difficulty that they've faced so far.
We got great leadership in this locker room. And, unfortunately, we're in a business where it's about production. So, there may be some tweaks here or there, but we've been waiting on getting some of our key guys back in the lineup. I feel good about this roster. I feel good that we can match up with anybody in this league. We just got to come out and do it. And once we get healthy, completely healthy, I think we'll be able to play with anybody in the league.
I'm going to ask you about one particular personnel group. That's the defensive line. You've made changes. You've tweaked it here and there throughout the season. You're trying to find the right combination, Coach. Are you getting close?
We'll find out. We made a couple changes this week. Put some more run stoppers in there. Yates will be in the lineup this week. Farrell at linebacker. So we'll see how we come out and play. But we just haven't defended the run very well, particularly the offenses that run their quarterbacks, right? And we made some tweaks to the scheme and see if we can't help them out a little bit.
Listen, Duke City hasn't won a game this year. They desperately want to win one. They've acquired a good quarterback, Joe Mancuso. Here's a guy with a lot of experience to lead that offense, starting to come into his own. Are you worried?
Well, I'm not worried, no. They've been playing better the last 2 weeks for sure. They played a lot of close games this year, so, and sometimes it only takes one to kind of get things going. So our mindset right now is we're already in the playoffs. We're sitting at 4-4 at midseason. We're already in the playoffs. This is week to week, and we got to go get on a run.
All right, Coach, good luck. Have a great game.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Kevin Guy getting his guys ready for tonight's big game. You can't overstate how important it is to get a win against a team that comes in 0-7, that Duke City Gladiators squad. Meanwhile, let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcast team down on the field is Sandy Charles. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Floyd. Thank you. Yes, like you mentioned, the Rattlers coming off a frustrating loss last week. Head coach Kevin Guy knew something had to change, and like we just heard, there's going to be changes at defensive line. Rashawn Yates and linebacker Traveris Farrell. Now, I spoke with head coach about Yates. He said Yates wasn't ready at the beginning of the season, but he's been able to sit back, take in the games, and watch, and he's ready. And Floyd, we can't forget, 70% of this team was new at the beginning of the season, so they've been learning each other while also dealing with so much adversity. And like Coach said, he believes in this team. He also said there's no excuses, and they're mentally ready. Back to you.
Good stuff, Sandy. We get set to go here tonight from the Snake Pit. It's Desert Diamond Arena, the West Valley, new home of the Rattlers in 2024. Welcome into the broadcast, Rattler Nation. Floyd Simmons along with Dale Hellestrey in the booth. And the opening kick will go to Duke City. They'll receive. We'll get a chance to see their new quarterback. It's the third week to start for Joe Mancuso. Very experienced in the IFL. And they'll get it rolling. Dale, you talked about maybe a little bit of a subdued tone in the arena. I think we're starting to see people get ignited now.
We are a little bit quiet pregame. I think there's just a little bit of trepidation in the Rattler fans as this game's getting kicked off.
And the kick is going to be fielded at the 1-yard line. And there's a hole right up the middle. This one could go a long way. It's going to go deep into Arizona territory. What a return and what a start for Duke City, the guy that brought it back. It looked to me like that was, well, you're going to have to help me with it. Was that Joe Powell around that right side? One way or the other, a huge return. I've got Gregory Dent.
Half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Well, you see just a gigantic hole open up and makes the kicker miss, which is usually pretty easy to do. And that does look like it's number 5. That looks like Gregory Dent, and great field position. And here's the thing is I saw that hole open up. Here's the thing that's happened to the Arizona Rattlers all season long. They get one problem solved and another problem opens up. Special teams were a problem first couple games. That went away. Couldn't stop the run. Now you give up a huge kickoff return on the first kick of the game.
So after a rough start for Duke City, they acquired Joe Mancuso, and he'll take it himself, try to take it himself, but we're going to get a quick whistle that will prevent it from playing out.
Offense, number 10, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
We're hoping we can say his name a few times tonight. Tyron Laughinghouse. What a great name, Laughinghouse. That play looked like it was kind of doomed from the start. Not sure about motions and things like that. Backs him up 5 yards.
Duke City brings them out. We'll see motion from either side of the quarterback. And across the quarterback's face. Fake that. And boy, I tell you, that was a dangerous one for the defense. But getting some contact on Mancuso was Jermaine Dobbs. He stepped up, and I thought Mancuso was going to bounce off that and take that one in, Dale. And somehow Dobbs is able to hold him up.
Well, good thing it was the quarterback, because, boy, everybody went that way. And as you said, Dobbs comes up, gets enough of him to get him on the ground. Mancuso, 6'3", 220. Obviously, Duke City coming in this game saying we need to run the football against the Rattlers.
So 2 minutes into this one, Mancuso will fake it and throw it to the back of the end zone, throw through the end zone. That'll be incomplete. And it is going to bring up a third down, 3rd and goal, straight ahead for Duke City.
Sitting down there in the owner's box, food and drinks and fun and frolic, but you got to keep your head on a swivel. You don't know when a football or sometimes a player will come and join you over there.
Yeah, speaking of the food, I got to see the spread. I couldn't partake of it when I was down there a few moments ago, but Sandy Charles is surrounded by a smorgasbord of great food.
I am, and I was jealous of you guys the last year with the food, and now I got it. They did give me nachos a few weeks ago, and it was yummy.
Here comes Duke City, the throw into the end zone. That one is caught out of the backfield, I do believe, for a Gladiators touchdown, and celebrated by this team that jumps on the board in the early going. On the receiving end was Gonzalez Laquiviante, the receiver for Duke City.
Well, we said we are going to try and get a couple pronunciations of names. I said, you know what? I'm going to go with Speedy Gonzalez. Streaks across the middle of the field. What a great touch on the throw from Joe Mancuso.
And a former Arizona Rattler is on to attempt the point after. And the kick is up, and the kick is through. And so Duke City comes to Glendale and gets the first points of this one. They'll lead 7-0 on their opening possession. We'll return in just a moment with more Arizona Rattlers football. Stand by, everybody.
MG Truck Driving School, an industry leader, where we utilize innovative technology. A place of learning, a place of knowledge, real hands-on training, experience and education you can depend on. MG, a place where careers are built and futures are made.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance,
It's so fun to do.
or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
I'm Belinda, and this is Willard, and we were adopted in 2021. When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile, and he has a big heart to match.
The energy you give Todd, you get it back from Todd.
Yeah.
Todd's a joy.
Yes, he
Todd
is.
really is a great joy.
I love him. You and you.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
So now the Arizona Rattlers offense is going to get their opportunity to see if they can match the Duke City opening salvo. They took it down the field. They didn't have to take it much down the field after a great return. And that return that took the ball inside the 5-yard line of Arizona to start this game. That is exemplary of the fact that special teams has been an issue with the Rattlers, and we'll see another special teams play favor Duke City right there. As I believe they just nailed the deuce, didn't they?
Boy, the officials certainly didn't show a whole lot of emotion from our vantage point. Certainly looks like it hit the net.
That is Ernesto Lacayo absolutely nailing the deuce. That's 60 yards away, everybody. And he nailed right down the middle to add 2 more points. And just like that, Duke City jumps out to a 9-0 lead early on here against the hometown Arizona Rattlers. And the crowd has certainly gone quiet. Dalton Sneed gives it. Shannon Brooks takes it. He'll take it across the 10-yard line. He is down at about the 11. And the line of scrimmage opening start for Arizona, the 5-yard line. So a gain of about 6 on the play for Shannon Brooks.
Nice job by Shannon Brooks. He just made his way through. Not super good blocking up front by that offensive line. Again, as I said, if a team's 0-4, 0-7 coming into this game, you've got to squash it early. Otherwise, their confidence is going to continue to grow as this game goes along.
And so 9-0, the early start. Duke City, the advantage. And last year's IFL Championship game MVP delivers his first pass, and it kind of handcuffed the receiver. Now that might be, well, for a moment there I thought that was Jackson, the reception on that side. Nope, that's Corey Reed. Corey Reed hauls in the pass, and the rookie is going to take it out to just a yard shy of the first down, 3rd down and about a yard coming up.
Well, as a quick pass, the snap was low. Snead couldn't get his hands on the laces, just picked the ball up and threw it out there. Obviously, the timing of the play was thrown off.
Dalton Snead looks for the curl route inside, and was there contact? Well, Arizona thinks so. Najir Jackson thought he was contacted before the ball got there, but no, the official says that's just good timing and a good defensive play, and that's going to go as an incomplete pass.
Those are the things that I wonder about watching this football game last couple of weeks. Timing is off. Is Jackson coming too far in? Is Snead throwing the ball too far out? They're not on the same page. That could have just as easily been intercepted. And that usually comes with reps. These guys are now getting reps together. You hope to not see that happen.
So the situation, 4th and 1, going for it, run it, right side. Yeah, that's going to produce and move the chains. Ball out to near the 20-yard line for Shannon Brooks in a must-gain situation. I know it's early on in this game, but you know I'm just going to kind of tag on to what you said earlier, Dale. I do think the Rattlers need to make a big statement early on, need to establish themselves. There's got to be some level of domination from a team that has 4 more victories than their opponent.
Yep, and you got to do it early. Nice job there by Cole Carter knocking his man off the football, and then Shannon Brooks just lowering that shoulder, making sure he gained at least a yard.
It is a first down after the pump fake and a throw. Well, this one will go into the crowd. Looking for Reed again, this time on the deeper route, but that'll fall incomplete. Clock continues to move down as it does in the IFL game. It'll continue to count down until that final minute of each quarter, and this one goes incomplete. We are approaching 8 minutes, the 8-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Again, timing seems a little bit off. We talked before the game, you and I did. Kevin Guy's wide receivers have usually been able to get open quickly. Guys are staying covered a little bit too long, which now the protection breaks down. Quarterback has to delay throwing the football.
Snead to throw again, steps to an open spot in the pocket, delivers to Jamal Miles, and Miles will have the catch, and they'll say, I believe I saw them say first down. Nope, they're going to move. Yep, they're going to move the chains. That was right at the line to gain, and a first down is indeed picked up by Jamal Miles and the Rattler offense.
Right over the middle of the field. Miles, one of those veteran receivers, very, very savvy, catches the football, sits down right in the middle of the field, catches the football, and gets a first down.
Snead gives it on the speed sweep. That's Corey Reed, and Corey is going to get taken down. He'll advance to near the 15, about the 16-yard line as we check in with Sandy Charles.
Hey, Floyd. Yeah, you and Dale are talking about the chemistry out there, and I did talk to Dalton Snead about that. He said it's not where he wants to get it yet, but it's getting better every practice, every rep. He said it is hard to gel when they're constantly having to move guys to different positions on and off the field.
And a lot of times you don't see that from a team who's not won a game this late into the season.
Here comes the throw to the end zone, and the intended receiver running straight to the back of the end zone. Niger Jackson unable to haul that one in. Incomplete. And that will bring up another 4th down and 4th and 3 this time for the Rattlers. The last time they converted, it was 4th and 1. We'll see what they do on 4th and 3, facing that aqua blue defense that you just described a moment ago. Dale, but you got the big crayon box. I don't know if I would have went with aqua, but you nailed it.
Mauve? No?
I don't know about that. Some version of blue, but aqua nailed it here. Out of the backfield is, oh, what a catch by Shannon Brooks. He had to catch that, and he does, like he did on the previous 4th down, convert for the Rattlers. He gets a few extra out of this one, taking it inside the 5-yard line. Mark him at the 4. It'll be first down and goal for the Rattlers offense, and early on, Shannon Brooks making a couple of big contributions.
Yes, he is. He's run the football with reckless abandon, caught a couple footballs already. Really, really nice job by Shannon Brooks picking up the first down.
So Dalton will set his guys at the 4-yard line. And he puts Shannon Brooks, well, he's going to reset that offense. Brooks comes set next to the quarterback. Give it to him. And it's knocked loose. Rattlers did come up with a football, but it was immediately knocked out on a big hit. Somebody came downhill and made a great stop. And the Rattlers are lucky to have the ball.
Yeah, I mean, put the helmet on the ball. We've talked about the reckless abandon that these guys play football with.
So those of you who are tuned into our broadcast, wherever you're finding it, whether it's on the IFL's YouTube channel or on caffeine.tv, thanks for being with us, and we apologize. We did lose our network connection here locally in the arena. We apologize for that.
Ball start. Offense, number 6, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
But we trust that you remained with us through that. When we are back, let me introduce you to our officials. You just heard the referee Brad Carroll make the call. First time we've ever seen Brad, I believe, do a game here with the Rattlers hosting. I talked to Brad before the game. He's got a lot of experience in the IFL, especially back in the Midwest. Brad Carroll, the referee. Head linesman is Justin Nash. The line judge is Alex Herrera. Umpire Mark Warner. And the back judge is Kevin Kieser. And the quarterback goes down. That'll count as a sack. Great pressure, great defense, and a big hand that came down right on top of Dalton Snead from Roderick Perry to register that sack.
Right up the middle. He's working one-on-one against Lay. Again, holding the ball a little bit too long, but again, pressure right up the middle will disrupt. I don't care what quarterback you're talking about. And you look at those big paws of Perry. 6'1", 305 pounds. Looks a tad bit bigger than that from our vantage point.
Perhaps that was last summer's numbers. Here's a throw that's batted. Somebody got a hand on that one over the middle. Might have been the same suspect, and I think it was. I think it was Roderick Perry that batted that one, making back-to-back great plays from the middle of that Duke City defensive line. And Coach Guy did talk about how good this line is, as the Rattlers are facing another fourth down here, 4th and goal from the 20-yard line. But that's a good defensive line and making great plays early on.
Well, remember, they were down inside the 10-yard line.
Inside the 5.
Yeah.
They were at the 4. And here is the place kick on the way. And Dawson Evans will put it up. And Dawson will convert. So the Rattlers do get points out of it. I'm sure that Kevin Guy right now would like to see 6 and then the 7th. But they'll take something, and they got something with 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. It's Duke City 9, Arizona 3. Stand by, more Arizona Rattlers football straight ahead.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Head coach Kevin Guy of the Arizona Rattlers makes no bones about the importance of this game. You heard him in the pregame. The playoffs begin right now for Arizona. They're in the playoffs as far as they're concerned. They got to play every game like it. If they want to see some postseason action this year, they are going to have to elevate their play. Here's a kick and the try for Deuce, and that's going to go wide
Free
left.
kick out of
Wide
bounds.
left.
Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line.
So you hear that? The ball will be placed at the 20 for Duke City's offense. Mancuso will bring them back out.
And by the way, it's just so people understand, it's a double whammy. You make a deuce, which Duke City did. You make the other team start on the 5-yard line. You kick it out of the back of the end zone, don't make the deuce, they get to start at the 20-yard line. This is the second drive for Duke City, the second time they've had really good field position.
Still trying to figure out which color of blue I might have used instead of aqua, but again, Dale, I give you the credit.
You want to prove me wrong?
No. You nailed it. Teal. See, I might have said that was Sandy's call. It was Teal. Here's a throw to the end zone. This one is going to be just out of reach, and it might have been actually a pretty good throw by Mancuso. There's a sure-handed guy on the other end, Gregory Dent, one of the best receivers in this league. Could not quite bring it in. Take a look at how close this was.
What a chance at a big play. Slowed down, felt the wall coming up, and it was coming fast.
Take some good looks there from our production team. Well done, gentlemen, led by our technical director, Derek Simmons. I know that guy.
Really good throw by Mancuso.
We go under a minute remaining in the first quarter. 2nd and 10. Early movement. A little herky-jerky, and there's your flag.
Ball start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
The Elijah Lipscomb, 6'4", 315. Big offensive line for Duke City. I mean, they're 340, 330, 340 across the front. That's a lot of beef.
Big on the offensive line, stout on the defensive line. Mancuso throwing from protection. He has his man over the middle. 2 receivers in that exact same spot. And look at the battle for the first down. Would not give up. That's Gregory Dent, who did not haul in the touchdown a moment ago and kind of made up for it right there. Didn't get points, but what an effort to get that first down.
That's when you know things are going good. Quarterback gets hit as he lets go of the ball. 2 receivers within a yard of each other. That usually spells disaster for a football team. This time Duke City
That's the end of the
completes
first
a
quarter.
pass to Dent and picks up the first down.
And like that, just like that, the first quarter comes to an end here in Glendale, everybody. Do stand by. It's going to be an action-packed one right here. 2 teams that desperately need a win. And we'll get on to the second quarter in just a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a clean, crisp finish. For anyone who expects more from their light beer, Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
St. Mary's Food Bank was born out of seeing parents struggle to feed their families. But thanks to big-hearted people like you, Arizonans in need won't go hungry. Donate today and get a $1 Arizona Charitable Tax Credit. You feed others, and your kindness doesn't cost you a thing. Visit stmarysfoodbank.org.
$255. I don't know, Dale Hellestray, I want to ask you about the significance of 255 here in just a moment as we get back to it. Start this second quarter at the Snake Pit. Motion man, Joe Mancuso, the quarterback, puts them in motion for Duke City. Toss it. And that'll be a gain out to near the 10-yard line. Mark that one at the 11. 11-yard short pickup over this right side. As we get the second quarter going underway, Duke City leads Arizona 9-3. Floyd Simmons along with Dale Hellestray. 255. Dale, would you rather have, look, these wouldn't be pristine numbers. Let's say you're playing baseball. Would you rather bat 255 in baseball, not a great number, or hit a golf ball an average of 255 yards on the golf course, which for a big fellow like you can't be all that
I'll take hitting
impressive.
the ball 255 yards. Right now, are you including straight?
Well, it's never straight when you get past 255. I'll tell you that. Here's a toss to the left side, and that is going to be forward progress. There you go, Tyron Laughinghouse on the receiving end of that Mancuso pass, and it'll be a yard shy. Third down and 1. 255. That's the number that head coach Kevin Guy is chasing today. If he gets a win in this game, that'll be win number 255 in the long and successful career of Kevin Guy. And that'll put him within 6 victories of tying for the all-time high as you watch Mancuso bounce off a would-be tackler going to the end zone, and that is a Duke City touchdown. Well, Mancuso made it look easy right there.
Well, he did. We've talked about the struggle of this Rattler defense against running quarterbacks. Mancuso, I think, it'd be a couple of notches down from your top list of rushing quarterbacks, but when you only have to beat one guy, again, all the black shirts running one way, quarterback taking the ball the other, we've seen that time and time again. It's got to be very frustrating.
And the kick is converted, and so now Duke City's lead is 15-3. You'll look at it again. Mancuso puts the points on the board, and Duke City is out in front by a couple of touchdowns.
I want you to take a look at this play. I mean, look, there is one black jersey back there, and you got to take an open field tackle.
Going to have more help than that. We'll grab a timeout. Stand by for more Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
Going into this Memorial Day weekend, the Arizona Rattlers honoring their hero of the game a moment ago. We'll see if we have footage on that. It was a veteran. Her name was Barbara Ann Frizzell. Honored here today at Desert Diamond Arena, the Snake Pit. Meanwhile, the Rattlers offense is going to get another opportunity. They did get points on their opening possession. However, it wasn't the variety that I think they really wanted. I think they're going to want that 6. And here comes Jamal Miles out of the backfield, slashing through there and then getting hit at about the 12-yard line. There's a marker out.
And usually that's an illegal block. Going to bring it back half to the goal.
Eventually we'll find out what they decided. They are marking Arizona deep in their own territory.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 5. Half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Oh, that's Charmaine Dobbs. See if we can see it right at the goal line, right there.
Yeah.
You just can't do that whether you actually pushed him or not. It just looks suspicious. And now poor field position for this Rattler football team and offense to try and get going.
And a tall order early right there for Dalton Sneed, the Valley product. He grew up, he went to high school here in the Valley of the Sun, and after college, you know that he was the MVP last year of the championship game for the eventual champions, Bay Area. And now an Arizona Rattler quarterback. And this one for Shannon Brooks goes to the 9-yard line. That'll be about an 8-yard pickup. Bring up a couple to go here on second down for the Rattler offense.
That was just an angry run. Watch this at the end. Breaks through the line of scrimmage. Said, you know what? You're not hitting me. I'm hitting you. Give him a little bit of breathing room here for second down.
When he played at Minnesota, he was regarded as one of the toughest runners that their coaching staff at the time ever had. Here is a gift to Brooks. Looked like he went into the wall, but the officials let this one play out and give him enough to get the first down. He decided he was going to make something out of it. Did not go straight ahead right there at that spot. You saw it. He curled out of there, and he picked up the first down. Good run.
So often a running back reverses field, and what he does is lose yardage, but not Shannon Brooks. Tremendous job with the spin move, falling forward, picking up the first down.
Shannon, like he did on the previous Arizona possession, able to help them convert and pick up a couple of first downs. He has run, I think, for 3 first downs now in the game. And Snead will wind up and deliver it to the sideline. That is for Corey Reed, but he is unable to bring it in. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Rattlers.
Well, from my perspective, that's what you see with this Rattlers offense. You see 2, 3, 4, even 5 good plays, and then 1 negative play. And they have not been able to overcome the negative play, whether it's a drop, whether it's a penalty, whether somebody blows an assignment. Let's see if they can do that here.
Kevin Guy going through the play sheet has delivered the call to Dalton Snead, and they call for Shannon Brooks to take it again. And Shannon is going to get elevated, left his feet in the grasp of the defender. They drove him back. The ball eventually came out, but the whistle says Arizona football, and that'll be out to about the 18-yard line before he was driven back. Duke City coaches are arguing that the ball came out, and they're going to try to argue that. We'll see if they have a claim to make right here.
Ruling on the field was the forward progress was stopped.
And I think the officials got it right, Dale.
I mean, the ball did ultimately come loose, but he was being carried backwards by the time that happened. I think that's a nice job by the officials. Now, again, if you're the coach or Duke City, don't do anything to put your team in trouble right now. Things are rolling pretty good for you.
Corey Reed in motion behind the quarterback. Snead to throw. He's got a clean pocket to work from, and he's got a man wide open inside the Duke City 20. That was a great delivery, everything about it. The route, the protection for the quarterback, and of course on the receiving end, Niger Jackson, who turned that one into a larger gain after the catch. Everything looks good for the Rattlers in that play.
Started off with pretty good protection up front, and then you sit down right in the middle of that zone defense, and helps to have a 6'3" target sitting right there. Lowers his shoulder, tries to fight for a couple extra yards. And what I always like to see, what are your offensive linemen doing after a play like that? Well, you saw Lamar Mady, you saw Cole Carter running downfield to protect their teammate.
Jamal Miles in motion nearest the quarterback, and they'll hit Corey Reed, who tries to spin out of the first tackle and make his way across the 7. That's about where he got. And they might actually give him a very generous run after catch. The spot for Reed.
Getting pretty physical down there. The Rattlers need to keep their composure. Duke City playing with a lot of confidence, and we're in that area of the field, Floyd, where Rattlers have struggled. Let's see if they can't put this ball in the end zone for a touchdown.
8 minutes remaining in the first half at the Snake Pit. Playoff football, it's started about a season early for Arizona, and they'll hustle to the line here, trying to beat the play clock. And
timeout, Arizona.
Won't be able to.
First of the half.
Coach Guy has to spend a timeout.
Timeout on the field.
And with 7:46 remaining, Coach Guy will talk it over with his offense. Dalton Snead Well, you know, Dalton's shown flashes of his brilliance, the kind of thing that he gave Bay Area last year and leading them to a championship and picking up the Most Valuable Player award in last year's championship win for the team. They beat Sioux Falls to get that victory, but so far in this season, the injuries have been they have hampered his development as the frontline quarterback for the Rattlers. We've seen some moments from him, but Coach Guy is looking for that consistency.
Well, and Sandy brought it up talking to Dalton Sneed. Yeah, I think we all see the inconsistency, but why? And the why is because they have not been able to work together as a group. You get a receiver that goes down before the game today, planning on playing him, tweaks his hamstring, another guy out, so now another guy's in, and it's just been a merry-go-round of players, and that makes it really, really hard to get your timing down.
Meanwhile, the Rattlers will break that team huddle from the timeouts, and they'll set up offense at the 8-yard line. See what they can do on 2nd down and 7. They can get a first down without scoring. Hand off to Brooks. He is going to let the defense slide by, take it up, cross the 5, put him at the 4-yard line. 3rd down coming up for Arizona's offense.
What a nice job by Brooks. This is designed to go off tackle. Obviously, all the teal jerseys were right there. He hesitates for just a second, cuts right behind the block of William Lay, and able to pick up some positive yards. Linemen sticking on their guys, and that's what you have to do. You can't have defensive linemen running free in your backfield.
3rd down and 3. Got to get to the 1. A number of times already we've seen the Rattlers reach 4th down. Can they punch it in from here? Throw it over the middle. That pass is caught. Niger Jackson on the receiving end of an Arizona Rattlers touchdown.
What a nicely devised football play. Watch all the Gladiators defenders run towards the fake pitch when we see the replay. And Jackson, why? I mean, you're not going to be more wide open in the end zone than what we saw right there.
The kick is good. The Rattlers get their first touchdown of the game. They're going to draw a little bit closer in this one as you take another look here at Dalton Sneed. Setting, delivering. Niger Jackson hauling that one in, the celebration. And Arizona Rattlers touchdown. And our score now, Duke City 16, Arizona 10. Grab a timeout, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We return to Desert Diamond Arena, the Snake Pit, with more Arizona Rattlers football in a moment.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
MG Truck Driving School, an industry leader, where we utilize innovative technology. A place of learning, a place of knowledge, real hands-on training, experience and education you can depend on. MG, a place where careers are built and futures are made.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Here's another look for you at the Arizona Rattlers touchdown. Nigeer Jackson on the receiving end of the Dalton Snead pass. And you called it, Dale. You're right. I mean, just beautifully devised. Good design on the play.
That's one of those, you draw it up, you run it in practice, and you go, it can't work this well in the game.
Kick goes into the...
Free kick out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the 25-yard line.
Becomes a souvenir, goes into the stands, and a great spot to work from for...
I don't know what happened on that kickoff, but we have not at all seen many mistakes at all from Dawson.
6:10 on the clock here in the second quarter. Opportune moments for the Arizona Rattlers defense to do something. And they've got Dylan Winfrey back there, the ball hawk that he is. And we'll see if Dylan and defense can come up with a takeaway. Mancuso. And there we're going to get markers coming out after that one. False start on the offense. We'll check it for you.
False start. Offense. 3 people in motion. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Hey, let's see what Sandy Charles is doing down there in the bench area for the Arizona Rattlers.
Hey, Floyd. Yeah, I'm joined by Lamar Amady. Lamar, you were able to push the ball down. What clicked on that drive?
We just got a rhythm. We got on the same track. We just had to get our feet on this and just play physical ball. That game, that was a statement kind of drive. We just needed to get our rhythm in shape.
The intensity out there, we knew they were going to come in hot. How intense are they?
They coming in, they trying to win the game. You know, they have the season, they have it. We have in the season, we have it. We just need to get everything done and then, play our ball. We've been a little behind. They came in here hot. Every team does. Everybody plays their hardest, so we just got to be ready for that. But they're ready to play, and so are we.
Thank you so much, Floyd. We'll send it to you.
Lamar Mady and that offensive line did a good job with pass protection for their quarterback. Gave Shannon Brooks an opportunity to pick up some key yardage on that last scoring drive. And he mentions right there, Dale, something that's critical to understand. And that is that so many teams, there's a bullseye on the back of this Arizona Rattlers franchise. Everybody wants to beat the Rattlers. .429 till halftime. Throw one, lofted out of the backfield. Well, that was a pretty good job by Mancuso and his offensive teammates to do something with the ball in that situation. Jeff Carr able to haul in this pass with a lot of hang time there. You see Devontae Merriweather stepping up to make the stop on the play and stop him short of the original line of scrimmage. So third down and about 11 coming up for the Gladiators.
Very, very impressive by Mancuso there. It takes a lot of nerve to throw the ball up that high on this small of a field. Was able to do it. Carr came down with it.
Motion, throw over the middle. That one is going to be off the hands of the receiver. Merriweather in coverage. Slow in getting up on the sideline is the Gladiators receiver. He's going to get a hand from his teammate. I believe that was Greg Dent, that collided with the wall.
The other thing that the Rattlers have done a little bit this series, they're bringing Farrell, number 9, the linebacker. They kind of go back and forth. Do they feel good in coverage, or then they'll bring the linebacker? When they don't, they got to drop him into coverage. I like it a lot better when they pressure the opposing quarterback.
Lacayo is on a 49-yard try for him. Plenty of distance. And the kick is good. The Gladiators get points out of it. They go to a 19-10 lead with 2:51 remaining in the second quarter. Do stand by. More Arizona Rattlers football straight ahead.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Back into Phoenix, everybody, to Glendale, the West Valley. Those of you watching from far and wide, if you've never been out here, well, you know, the West Valley has become football headquarters. The state of Arizona, the Arizona Cardinals are just really across the street right there. You got Maryland Avenue right there. Go across the street, you find their stadium. Meanwhile, right here at Desert Diamond Arena, it's the Arizona Rattlers as the ball goes over the backstop. And the Rattlers will have good field position after the touchback is assessed. We welcome you back in to Desert Diamond
Free Free
Arena.
kick out of bounds, ball be placed at the 20-yard line.
Well, Duke City's not afraid to try the deuce. That's for sure.
Maybe call them Deuce City.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of confidence in their kicker and let him hammer away at the football.
Well, it's a game of risk-reward, isn't it? And, you know, when you take a few of those risks, your fans, especially when you can convert, your fans, they tend to like that a lot.
Oh, yes.
You got to convert, though. you know, too much of the risk that goes unrequited. Well, you know, your fans can sometimes back out on you a little bit. Here comes Dalton Snead with pressure up the middle. Wide open pass caught. That is an Arizona Rattlers touchdown! Corey Reed Jr. coming across the field. He was able to leave his defender in the dust. Catch that. Pass taken in and a big play. Just what the doctor dialed up for the Arizona Rattlers.
That's what we're used to seeing from this Rattlers offense. Again, pressure up the middle. Snead able to stand in there and deliver the football as you see this linebacker come untouched. But wow, how quick did Reed get open, and now you're able to deliver the football. That's what we're kind of used to seeing from this Rattlers offense over the years.
And that kick is going to sail through. Point after is good, and the Rattlers get a much-needed big play. We're going to bring some life out of these fans here at the Snake Pit. And you know, Dale, Catrell Haywood is starting this game at receiver. Not that Corey Reed wasn't going to play a lot anyway, but Catrell was starting this game, and he ends up with a hamstring injury. Before the game, they had to scratch him, and that gave an opportunity for Glenn Gibbons Jr., who was not expected to play today. Well, Glenn Gibbons, GG, as KG calls him, was able to work his way back into the lineup. But I would tend to think that Haywood's absence has given Corey Reed more of the opportunities we're watching him take advantage of today. He's been a target at least 3 times today, and that big play right there, that feels pretty good for Corey, I bet, right about now.
Well, I think in the Indoor Football League, you see a team play man-to-man coverage. It is so difficult to play defensive back in this league. And now you've got single coverage, no help, and you're kind of open season.
Well, again, the Rattlers, you know, they have metrics, and Coach Guy, he looks at takeaways, number of takeaways, defensive stops, all of those things. He wants, 5 or more if he can get them. Those situations where his defense gets a stop, and he'll take it in any form that they'll give it to him. Now it's time for that defense to step up and see if they can make a play here in these final 94 seconds of the first half. Here's a long kick that is going to sail right through. And there's a big kick right there to tie this game. The deuce is good for Dawson Evans. The Rattlers tack 2 on with that, and the fans, they love it.
What a helpless feeling as we turn and watch that going right over your head and going, there's nothing I can do about it.
Evans getting some congratulations, and there's a special teams play out of a group that really needed one, I think. So a couple of big back-to-back plays. The long touchdown pass from Dalton Sneed to Corey Reed, and that kick right there for Evans. Now it's the defense's turn to see if they can also add to some momentum that's getting built here in the final seconds of the first half.
Boy, the other great thing about that, the entire crowd knew going through the uprights was a good thing. They knew something positive was happening to the Arizona Rattlers.
Yeah, the anticipation was building. Here's Joe Mancuso and the Gladiator offense. Misdirection in the backfield, and a great defensive play. Coming up is that linebacker that just got signed and gets a start. Travarius Farrell with a big play as we check in with Sandy Charles down on the field.
Thanks, Floyd. Yes, I'm with Dalton Sneed. Okay, Dalton, big play.
1 minute
How were
warning.
you able to walk us through to connect with Corey Reed Jr.?
Yeah, Corey's speed really makes that play. He had a post route. They came out and tried to play man and blitz the backer. I really knew pre-snap he was going to be there. Just pitch and catch, let him go run underneath it. You see his speed, he did the rest.
Take us through, what's the mentality of this team, this Rattler team right now?
Just got to be resilient. Had a lot of adversity in every game, and we just got to keep battling. No excuse, just line up, next play.
Awesome, thank you, Dalton. Floyd?
All right, Sandy, thanks. Folks, it's the 1 minute warning. Back with the final 60 seconds of the first half right after this.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. The light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
MG Truck Driving School, an industry leader, where we utilize innovative technology. A place of learning, a place of knowledge, real hands-on training, experience and education you can depend on. MG, a place where careers are built and futures are made.
Well, the fans are having a lot more fun here in the last couple of minutes, Dale.
Yes.
The offense has responded. They get the deuce a minute ago. That really added a lot to this one. Tie the game up at 19.
Well, it did, and YMCA never disappoints when the crowd gets going with that. That's back in your heyday.
Indeed it was. Here's a throw deep down the middle. That is in the vicinity of really nobody. The back judge was back there, but I'm not sure that Mancuso was looking for him. That's going to harmlessly fall incomplete and bring him second down. And can this Can this Rattlers defense get something here in these final 55 seconds?
That's usually what they call a choice route. Receivers running right at the defender, quarterback, and wide receiver have to read the same thing. Usually if the defender's inside, you break outside. If the defender's outside, you break inside. If you read something different, quarterback and wide receiver, that's what happens.
Just up the road here at Northern Arizona, that's in Prescott Valley. Northern Arizona leads the Tucson Sugar Skulls as we watch another deep throw that is just over the head of the defender. Dylan Winfrey had a step on the defender behind the play and tried to make that one. Greg Dent, the intended receiver, it's incomplete. So a couple of big shots taken right there by this Gladiators offense, and both fall harmlessly there. It's going to be 4th down and 12. What a big play, big moment right here for this Gladiators team. They're going to try not to let too much more happen, but this Rattlers defense is also poised to do something, like we talked about, get a stop.
Well, they got the stop, and now they're going to get the ball back.
4th and 12 coming up. I mentioned just up the road in Prescott Valley, it is Northern Arizona hosting Tucson, and they've got just under 4 minutes remaining in the first half of that game. It is 29, I believe it's 29 to 15. 29 to 15, Northern Arizona leads Tucson. Look at this kick. And that was intended to go out of bounds the entire way. So it acts something like a punt. Should come to the 25-yard line for the Rattlers with 44.5 seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, I think it was meant to be a punt, but it was not meant to go out of bounds that quickly. They get the ball at about let me see where they're going to put it here.
The 22.
Good eyes from the officials, I guess.
It's the 22. So they mark it where the ball crossed. Kind of, sort of.
Where they think it crossed.
Yeah, approximately. So there it is, a 22-yard line for the Rattlers with a lot of time and a pair of timeouts remaining here in the first half. 2 timeouts for Kevin Guy and his Rattler offense. Dalton Sneed with an empty backfield, throws it right underneath. And that was well done by Dalton to find a little throwing lane under the outstretched arms of the defender to Shannon Brooks. A short pickup on that, about 2nd and 5. Clock still counting. Sneed throws quickly again to the left side. That is brought in by Jackson, and he will stop the clock going out of bounds with a first down just outside the 15-yard line.
It's really remarkable because as I've watched this Arizona Rattler team over all these years, Kevin Guy is the best, if not the best, at last minute of a half and last minute of a game strategy. They work on it each and every week. And I'm always saying, boy, score. I don't care if you leave a little bit extra time on the clock. He is down to the nanosecond when he wants his team to score.
We'll see if the Rattlers can grab their first lead of the game. Dalton Sneed with a lot of time steps up, and that is going to be batted away dangerously, so at least initially. He gets knocked down, and a good play right there. You see the defender that made the play. I'm looking for a number to match that jersey right there. Looks like the defender that was able to make that, was that Tamar Hartz?
It looked like a 19 to me, but with these teal uniforms, sometimes it's hard to catch the number.
That stopped the clock, 18.3. You see it on the screen. Sneed, screen, and the defender read it all the way. That was a terrific defensive play. Give all the credit in the world. Joe Powell stepped up, saw that thing developing, and made a quick stop on Shannon Brooks. Look at this. It's third down and 10.
Well, look at the defensive line as they realize, let's retreat. Rattlers have been notoriously really good at running screens. A lot of that is you have to act. You have to draw the defenders up the field, and Duke City was having nothing to do with it.
Well, Pal got himself an opportunity to celebrate, and he took advantage of it. The Rattlers, I believe they called the timeout, but we haven't seen the indication of who spent the timeout yet. And it was the Rattlers. Finally, that's indicated. Arizona takes their second timeout here. They've got one more to play with 12.9 seconds remaining. They can do a few things inside of that 12-9. And we'll see how they end up having, if they do end up having to use that remaining timeout. You also see there on your scoreboard graphic, the Rattlers came into this one 14.5-point favorites.
Remember now, it's 3rd and 11.
And an empty backfield. Throw to the end zone. That pass is caught! That's an Arizona touchdown! Corey Reed, Junior Notes, Shannon Notes Reed. I'll correct it, I'll get it. Corey hauls in his second touchdown of the first half.
We talk about the difficulty for wide receivers to catch the ball in the end zone. He knows the dasher board's there. He's got a defender behind him trying to rake his hand away. What concentration and then the strength it takes to bring this ball into your body.
And then the point after with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Arizona grabs their first lead of the game. Remember, it was 16-3 at one point, Dale.
He fought back. Great job there by William Lay. I got to point him out, the center, blocking 2 guys. Watch this. Nose tackle, linebacker's coming, takes a shot at him, and gives Dalton Sneed an extra second to throw the football.
Boy, that's got to make you proud, Dale.
I can't explain how difficult that is. You're blocking a 330-pound dude, and to have the wherewithal and eyesight to see the linebacker coming, tremendous job.
Dale Hellestrey, the 3-time Super Bowl champion, here on the call with me. I'm Floyd Simmons. Dale, your jersey number in your days with the Dallas Cowboys?
Number 70 in the program, number 1 in your heart.
Of course. 70. I mean, that's just, that's an iconic offensive lineman number. Back in your day, still that was mostly tackles who were in 70. Today, they just anywhere from 50 to 79, everybody's
willy-nilly.
I remember growing up as a football fan, your centers were wearing your 50s, your guards were in the 60s, and your tackles were in the 70s.
Yes, and that was back in our day.
Yeah, yes. I'm surprised we don't see them wearing 00 these days on the line, or the numbers, it's not the same as it used to be.
They've allowed everybody to be able to change their jersey numbers except for offensive linemen.
Here comes the return for Duke City. They still have some time here. They could do something with 4.4 seconds remaining. They've got the 3 timeouts in the arsenal, but will they use any of them? Will they use one of them? We'll see.
Fascinating. I'm not so sure. I don't try and kick a field goal.
Number 17, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, Lacayo's coming on, so I think they're thinking what you're thinking. Ernesto Lacayo is...
I mean, 4.5 seconds left. You could throw a 10-yard pass, get down, call timeout, but Lacayo can make it from here as easy as he can 10 yards from here.
Yeah, that's a fact, and Ernesto is going to get an opportunity. He tried another one from the same distance, 49 yards earlier. Here's this kick. Plenty of distance. Looks pretty good. And it is not good, but the official and he threw his flag, is back. He's going to come up and talk to the referee, the back judge. We'll have a word with today's referee. Our referee today is Brad Carroll. Can you read lips?
I cannot. I mean, the back judge, what penalty would he call? Does the play clock run down?
Illegal defense. Not lined up, head up. The player in front of them, 5 yards. Replay the down.
So it must have been no good.
So Lacayo will get yet another opportunity.
I did not realize the returner had to be lined up in front of the official. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Not sure Coach Guy understands it either. All right, Sandy, are you with me?
Yeah, sorry, I was running off the field.
All right, Sandy, you've got a real good look from your vantage points, right? As to whether this is going to go through or not?
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
Kind of? All right, you call this one, okay? Sandy?
Nope, it's going wide.
No, I'm turning over the play-by-play duties to you.
Oh, yeah, that's no. Don't do that to the fans.
Timeout, Arizona. Their third and final of the half.
Boy, I think what Sandy's saying is that's a long way to see.
I mean, I was right up there. I had to run off the field. So now my point is not great. I also don't want to torture the fans. You guys are the experts on the play-by-play.
Well, I have no idea where you're at right now. I know you've got to get in position to talk to Coach Guy here in a moment when he comes off the field.
We were ready to do it. We were all confused what was happening.
I think Coach Guy just saw the replay and he's going to challenge it. The reason he called that timeout.
Okay.
At least is what I thought, but
he's going to challenge the penalty. Hey, welcome to the IFL, fans, where in these final moments of a half like this, it becomes high drama and a chess match. And I'm still wanting to see if I can get Sandy to call this kick from her vantage point.
I love my job.
From 49 yards away, same spot. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 44 yards.
I said wide.
And it was wide.
That's the end of the first
Neither
half.
one of those kicks was good for Lacayo. After all the drama, and Coach Guy, by the way, not challenging that penalty.
No, he didn't.
And not potentially losing a timeout. You're right there. Coach Guy walking off, and an opportunity for us to find out what is on his mind after his team really came on there in the final moments. Sandy, we'll throw it to you.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, your offense seemed to get in a rhythm. What's clicking?
Well, we just, we started playing. I mean, I thought we came out a little flat in the first drive, and then, we picked up our energy. But, we got to play like that all the time if you want to win ball games.
You made some changes on defensive line, the linebacker. How do you assess the changes?
I'm going to wait and see the film. I'm not going to pat anybody on the back until I see the film. But, we got 3 stops in the first half. That's the difference from last week. We had 0 last week. So we just got to keep playing with energy, keep believing in one another. We got a tight locker room. We got to start believing in one another. Just play. And get out here and have fun. But it's like we're waiting on someone else to make a play. Somebody needs to step up and make a play.
Thank you, Coach. Floyd, to you.
I bet that's the exact line he opens his halftime talk with his team with right there, Dale.
Well, you could see the team did seem to play with a lot more energy, especially after they got down to this Duke City team in this first half than we saw this from this team last week against Bay City.
And the Rattlers are going to take this lead into halftime. They're able to grab a 26-19 advantage over the Duke City Gladiators in a must-win kind of game, really, for both teams. The Rattlers with playoff hopes still alive, well within reach. And they need a victory tonight. And they've got that lead as they fought back to take it here in the closing moments of that first half. Stand by. We'll break it down for you here at our break. Don't go anywhere. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
MG Truck Driving School, an industry leader, where we utilize innovative technology. A place of learning, a place of knowledge, real hands-on training, experience and education you can depend on. MG, a place where careers are built and futures are made.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
Back to the Snake Pit, which these days is a Desert Diamond Arena. Back in. It's halftime, everybody, and our halftime score, Arizona 26, Duke City 19. We welcome you back in here to our broadcast location, everybody. Floyd Simmons and Dale Hellestray, and a big comeback for the Rattlers, who found themselves down 2 scores early on. But the number 3 figures into that first half kind of big, Dale. First of all, a couple of field goals registered by both teams, 3 points registered on that. You heard Coach Guy talk about his defense getting 3 stops. That's about half of what he expects to get per game if he wants to ensure victory, and it certainly helped him in the first half. And then the other thing I think that's important is the Arizona offense has outgained Duke City by 3 times the total offense. I believe 137 yards to 46 in total offense. So the Rattlers can look back at that first half, and though it's a slim lead, they can see a lot of good in what happened in that first half of play.
Well, the couple things that Coach Guy pointed out was the fact that they played with energy. It was noticeable. Much more energy by the Arizona Rattlers. And then again, now Duke City, couple things went against it towards the end. How is this 0-7 team who hung around? How are they going to come out here in the second half, and can the Rattlers put a punctuation mark on this by getting this game a couple scores away?
So you asked for a big start. You wanted something big out of this team. You wanted them to establish themselves and make a statement early. Dale, it didn't happen. But somewhere along the line, there was a message delivered, and this team did. Again, they rose to the occasion in those final, 6 to 8 minutes of the first half.
There is such a fine line between winning and losing, and I don't care what league you're talking about. It's a tip pass here. It's a drop pass there. again, making the field goal at the end of the half. Give your team a little momentum going in. You have 2 shots at it. You don't make it. There's been a play here and there that Duke City, if they make it, it's a completely different game. The Rattlers made those plays, and that's why they have the lead right now.
A little difficult to really make an assessment, and you heard Coach Guy say kind of the same thing. He's got to look at film before he pats anybody on the back. But do keep in mind that Travarius Farrell took over at linebacker here for the Rattlers in this game, and a lot is expected out of him because you talked earlier, the box on defense, those 3 down linemen, that linebacker, the combination of those 4 guys have got to start making plays, have got to start establishing themselves. It's been really the weakest of the personnel groups that this Rattlers team has been functioning with all season long. They've got to get better play out of that group.
And save for the first drive where they ended up with a quarterback touchdown run, right, just like we've seen many, many times before this season against the Rattlers. After that, as you said, they got some stops. It's been a while since they've got stops. And now the next thing to do is, hey, let's get a couple turnovers, because those are really momentum-changing kind of things. So, again, I think after the start, why the start was like that, I don't know. But they eventually got it together, and now you start to feel good about yourselves if you're the Arizona Rattlers.
Will it be 255? Will it be all-time win number 255 for head coach Kevin Guy if they get the victory, the Rattlers do? Well, it'll be 255 for him as he chases Curtis Riggs, the all-time leader in wins in indoor football history, the IFL, the AFL. And Coach Riggs, he finished the game last year. He retired from the game with 261 wins. We'll see if Coach Guy and his team are inspired to help him add that 255 tonight. But a whole second half of play left to be a game left to be played. Do stand by. Continue with our halftime breakdown after this. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
St. Mary's Food Bank was born out of seeing parents struggle to feed their families. But thanks to big-hearted people like you, Arizonans in need won't go hungry. Donate today and get a $1 for $1 Arizona charitable tax credit. You feed others, and your kindness doesn't cost you a thing. Visit stmarysfoodbank.org.
Turned into a pretty fun first half of football for the fans here at Desert Diamond Arena. Why not make your plans to join us? Why not make your plans? We'll tell you what's up next here for the Arizona Rattlers, but let's find out how the halftime talk went with Coach Guy, and here's Sandy Charles to find that out.
Thanks, Floyd. Yes, exactly. Coach, what did you tell your team at the half?
Well, we just got to play with the energy, and we got to execute. We just started slow offensively that first drive. We've done it a couple of weeks in a row now. So, we started slow in the third quarter. We got stopped coming out first drive last week. So, I told them we got to come out. We got to get up 2 scores, puts them in a different situation offensively, and they got to get in chase mode. So, and then our defense needs to come out and get some stops, separate.
What have you seen from Corey Reed today?
Well, he brings speed to the lineup, and he's just been inconsistent in the lineup, for health reasons. And, we got him healthy this week, got him back in the lineup, and he's tough to match up on man-to-man.
Thank you, Coach. Floyd, back to you.
Well, Dale, let's see. We'll see if we see more fireworks out of Corey Reed today. The connection between Dalton Sneed and Corey has been a pretty good one today. Corey leads the team in receiving with 4 catches for 54 yards, but importantly, 2 touchdown receptions for him. Niger Jackson caught a touchdown on 3 of his catches for 31 yards, and the quarterback himself, Dalton Sneed, 12 of 18 for 112 yards and 3 touchdowns in that first half. So that's a quarter and a half of time back into the lineup, engineering the offense where he has yet to throw an interception. You never want to jinx a guy. I think you used the word, unjinxable?
Yeah, that's the kicker. We don't know about Dalton yet.
Right.
That's the kicker.
So I'm going to say unjinxable.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Because I'm talking about it.
Okay.
But, a pretty good first half all in all. It started slowly like the last time we saw Dalton. A slow start, but a stronger finish, and he certainly did finish the first half with some strength.
Well, it's that first drive that's got to be confounding to these coaches, the fact that you drive the ball down the field to get inside the 10-yard line, and then you go backwards. And sometimes you come away with points, sometimes you come away with only a field goal, but it's not a touchdown. So, as Coach Guy said, super important in my mind. Come out here in the third quarter, impose your will on Duke City, make this at least a 2-score game, and now Duke City's game plan goes out the window, and they have to do things that obviously no team is comfortable with.
Take a look at a couple of other numbers for you. Jamal Miles, 1 catch for 11 yards in that first half. Shannon Brooks actually caught 4 passes for 16 yards. Short but tough. Running the football, Shannon led the way, 7 carries for 32 yards. Interestingly, Dalton Sneed has yet to register a single rush, and he's a guy that does like to run the football. He has stood in the pocket, stayed in the pocket. We haven't seen him run the option, get outside. He did have a couple of misreads last week running the option, and it's almost like coaches decide, I'm going to take that out of the playbook for a little while, let him work on a few other things. But a solid first half for that offense. They led Duke City in total offense, 137 yards for Arizona and 46 yards of total offense for Duke City. What does that say about this Rattlers defense? Dale, do you think that Coach Guy made a couple of smart changes personnel-wise? Because, again, 46 yards, pretty tough defense in the first half for the Rattlers.
And again, it's the stops. You get a couple stops and the complexion of the game changes, and that's what's so important.
Here's the second half kickoff. That one is going to sail over the dasher, left of the pipes, and that'll be a touchback. Here come the Arizona Rattlers on offense.
25-yard line.
And Dalton Sneed will bring it out there. I saw somebody on social media, maybe it was in one of our comment sections of a broadcast, say something that I think ought to become, and maybe a phrase we use from time to time. We want to conjure something up. How about this? How about the need for Sneed? Dalton Sneed, the need for Sneed. What do you?
Well, the need for Sneed to be on the field and stay on the field. How about that?
Yes. That is needed by this Rattlers offense. Need him upright, need him healthy, and he's going to give it on first down to Shannon Brooks, who will not go down without a fight. He didn't get much out of it, driven into the wall right there.
What I was going to say about Shannon Brooks, 7 carries, 32 yards in the first half. 7 carries, 32 yards. His long was 8 yards. So you talk about just grinding out 4, 5, 6 yards every time you carry the ball. And a lot of those were very physical, tough runs by Brooks. And you can see the cast on his left hand there, still battling through that a little bit.
So we approach a minute into the third quarter. Welcome back into this one at the Snake Pit, everybody. And the Rattlers with a golden opportunity getting this first second half possession. Pass caught at the 15, wide open. Nice move by Corey. Corey Reed picking up where he left off in the first half by making plays out there for this Rattlers offense, and he takes them inside the 5-yard line.
Well, and again, look at the end of the play. You got Lamar Mady running down the field. You see things, 94 coming to your picture there. That's what happens when you play winning football. You got linemen chasing guys down the field. You got energy in the building. You got energy on the field. Now, again, here we are. Great drive. Start with great field position. Can you put it in the end zone?
Snead takes it, gives it. Brooks, stutter step, and he's in the end zone. That is an Arizona Rattlers touchdown.
I love the way he runs this play. Watch him sticks his left foot in the ground right there and just goes straight upfield with a full head of steam. Look at the offensive line. Backside, Cole Carter. You got William Lay, and then Lamar Mady doing a fantastic job, hat on a hat.
Kick is up. It's good. Evans converts. And the Rattlers, who closed out strong in the first half, start the second half in a big, big way, and Shannon Brooks will get credit for this touchdown. And look at the finish right there. That was as impressive as any part of the run is the way he came out of that. Stand by, everybody. Our score here at the Snake Pit, Arizona 33, Duke City 19. More Arizona Rattlers football straight ahead.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Hey, those are the Sidewinders. Always a lovely sight at the game. And don't forget our next home game broadcast, Saturday, June 15th, right here. Northern Arizona coming to town. Naz is taking care of business at home tonight. They lead 44-23 over Tucson. That game just getting underway in the third quarter. Naz putting a lot of points on the board. Northern Arizona was an 8.5-point favorite going in against Tucson today, and they're more than covering right now. Here is a squib kick that's going to be picked up at about the 9-yard line. And then a big hit out across the 15. Bringing it back was Cam Pruitt. Pruitt scooping it up and then getting knocked down. And we're back to it, everybody, after Arizona scores again. And an opportunity, I think, a continued opportunity. Here we go. A little extracurricular right there.
Well, and here's what happens. You're 0-7. You battled your tail out the first half. You actually had a pretty significant lead. Now things aren't looking so good. Now tempers start to flare. And you always say, I've been on the team. I've been on the 2-14 NFL team late in the season. And you get down, and it's really easy to start feeling sorry for yourself.
And Mancuso, he'll fake, he'll keep, and a very high tackle at the end of it. Coming downhill to make that play was Jermaine Dobbs.
Well, nice job. They had Dobbs on the backside there. You're going to see here, you're going to pinch, and now you got to make sure you got somebody for outside. We saw a couple times in previous weeks where the lineman pinch or slant, and then there's nobody backside, and it opens up a big running lane for the quarterback. This time, Dobbs closed that up in a hurry.
And I'm going to correct that. That was Travarius Farrell, the linebacker that made that play. And is that going to be him again coming in to break this pass up? No, that's Dobbs this time. I'm getting those two guys confused. It was Farrell the first time. This time it's Dobbs stepping up. And this team now, and the defense right now, they got their ears pinned back, Dale, and playing with some better speed and aggression than we've seen in a couple of weeks.
And you can visibly see it. You can see the defense being turned loose. You can see Farrell coming more often from his linebacking position, putting pressure on Mancuso.
And what did Coach Guy say going into halftime? He'd tell his guys, go out and have some fun. And it's a lot of fun when you can play with that kind of speed. And here's a pass that is incomplete, out of bounds. Going on the near sideline, and I think that's Dobbs again involved in the play. So this is where you got an official, you got a player in there. You're trying to figure out, was the catch made? Was it not made? What's going on? Is the player having a pretzel while he's on the sideline?
Got to be careful. He is over the dashboard there. Oh.
So the ball clearly came out right there on that look, right?
Well, they're just trying to get him back on the field to play.
So the young person there.
Let's hope he's not hurt.
With a Nick Davila jersey, I believe.
You would think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, there's an injury. That's what that is. And now you've got one of the fans stepping in to try and administer first aid. That's how close and intimate the game can be.
Looks like they're checking the shoulder.
Well, this must be part of the training staff from Albuquerque. Well, let's hope that the young man is okay. You go into the stands like that, and it's it can get pretty sketchy.
Well, those dashboards are padded, but they still don't give much. So are they going to help him from the field, or are they bringing first aid from up above?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, they sort that out, and we certainly hope that injured player for Duke City is okay. We'll grab a short timeout, everybody, and let them sort things out. We'll be back in just a moment here to the Snake Pit. Arizona Rattlers football continues in a moment.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Well, the injured player did make his way off the field. There he goes. And he hustles to the locker room, giving me the indication he might have intent on coming back. That's Tyron Laughinghouse, the receiver that made that He gave everything in the effort, that's for sure, going into the stands, but he paid for it as well with an injury. We'll see if he makes his way back. Ernesto Lacayo to try a 54-yarder. He's got plenty of leg for it, and that kick is going to sail through. How about this one? How about a 54-yard field goal for the former Arizona Rattler kicker, now with Duke City, and he delivers the goods for his Gladiator team.
My goodness. And that looked like it was still going up.
Timeout on the field.
Well, the kick is good. You watch it again. That's a good look on it, guys. And that kick is going to bring us to 33-22, an 11-point Rattler advantage. This timeout, back with more right after this.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
St. Mary's Food Bank was born out of seeing parents struggle to feed their families. But thanks to big-hearted people like you, Arizonans in need won't go hungry. Donate today and get a dollar-for-dollar Arizona charitable tax credit. You feed others, and your kindness doesn't cost you a thing. Visit stmarysfoodbank.org.
So that was Ernesto Lacayo delivering the goods on the kick a while ago. The 54-yard field goal made that much more impressive by the narrowness of the uprights at the end. The great kick, and we'll see if Ernesto, who has, what would you say, attempted 3 deuces today?
I believe so.
Made one of them. See if he goes for it again right here. Here's his kick. That is going to be fielded midway into the end zone. Jamal Miles bringing it out, spinning down near the 10-yard line. That's where they're going to mark it down for Dalton Sneed and the Rattlers offense.
Well, I need to remark, I'm sitting here watching this Duke City team, and head coach Fred Griggs, and got the offensive line coach Sherman Carter, defensive line coach Chris Choice, doing a tremendous job getting this team to play hard. And sometimes a lot of people just take it for granted, but you're sitting here 0-7, it's very easy to feel sorry for yourself. And this team is playing hard. You can see the talent. They're getting close, and they will not lose every game. You don't want to be the team that stops their losing streak.
Handoff. There's Shannon Brooks working with it. And then, well after the play, is a marker.
I think they're going to get Claiborne. Again, the frustration of a season.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 23, 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
Again, it's nothing but frustration. The play's over with here. We got a pretty good battle there going, and Jackson doing a tremendous job finishing the play, blocking. Claiborne getting frustrated at the end and costing his team some yardage.
9:20 on the clock here, third quarter. The Rattlers try to extend this 11-point advantage. The fake, looking for the screen. Well, the pass was caught, but the defense was right there. Sniffed out the play from the very beginning. The Rattlers like to run 3-4 screen plays per game, and this Duke City defense has been ready on a couple of tries in this game.
Yeah, it looked like Aaron Jackson. You see the defensive linemen stopping, retracing their steps. This Jackson was not quite there. That was Hart, the defensive end, retreating and making a tackle.
Sneed with the fastball that is going to come in a little bit short and off the hands of Jamal Miles. Incomplete.
Well, and a note to Rattler fans who attend the next game: don't do the wave when the Rattlers have the ball.
You don't like that, huh?
No, that's supposed to disrupt the opponent.
Dalton Sneed with 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter will set him up. Third down and 11. Motion. Look down the middle, now to the sideline, and that's incomplete to bring him fourth down and 11. And let's check in with Sandy Charles.
Hey, Floyd, thanks. Yes, I have Dylan Winfrey. He is grabbing his helmet. Dylan, how would you describe the intensity out there today?
The intensity is very high right now. The fans have been yelling loud. I mean, this is what they expect, man. We just finally playing our Rattler football.
Now, you're back. You're one of the leaders on this team. Everyone talks about it. What does it mean to you to be back and leading this team?
It means everything to me, man. The fact that these guys look at me every week, man, and depend on me, it means a lot, man. I gotta pick it up, man. So, gotta keep picking it up and being consistent.
Thank you, Floyd.
Hey, what a catch on the sideline. The delivery, a great sticks route on the comeback. Except that I think the official is indicating there you heard incomplete pass and a turnover on downs for the Rattlers. But boy, that looked pretty good for a moment. I guess it must have hit off the dasher pad on that side of the field on this zip in from Dalton Sneed.
And a great call. You know what? A lot of times we call out the official right on the spot there. Ball comes loose. Very definitive with his call. Nice job. Usually when the ball hits Jamal Miles, it goes right into his stomach, and it's a catch.
We have not had a review yet today. Duke City does get their first stop of the second half, and they're going to get the ball running. And when carried over the right side, the running back is Jeff Carr. Jeff's number hadn't been called all that much today. This time he's able to take it to the Rattler 21-yard line. A nice little pickup, bring up second down and short.
Kind of surprised with the size of this offensive line from Duke City that this hasn't been more in the game plan, whether it's handing it off to Jeff Carr, letting Mancuso run a little bit more. And when you go 330, 340, 340, it's a lot of beef leaning on you each and every play.
Quick pass, caught left side. First down yardage to about the 15. Just inside the 15-yard line, it'll be first down for the Gladiators, trying to get back-to-back scores with the football, and then that stop sandwiched in between. So taking back some of that momentum that the Rattlers built in the closing moments of the second quarter and added to here to start the second half. Now it's Duke City getting something going.
It is, and again, I just am so impressed with the attitude of these kids and how hard they continue to fight.
High snap. The ball given, and the tackle made. That is carried around the right side. Is that Devonair Concliffe that got his number called? I think it was.
Devonair. What a cool name. I'd like to grow up with the name Devin Air. Ellis Spring. See him lower his shoulder, pick up some positive yards. But what's so interesting, the snap and Debonair almost got there at the same time, and Mancuso did a great job grabbing the snap and handing it off because it happened very quickly.
Yeah, a lot could have gone wrong right there for Duke City, but veteran quarterback did a great job with it. Motion, dent in motion, and there's what can go wrong. Drop snap. Good strong finish by Debonair there. He used that free forearm to shuck would-be tackler there on the sideline, and a nice little pickup on the play.
What wherewithal by Mancuso. That ball's on the ground. Obviously, that's not the play they call it. I think they're going to try and direct snap to the receiver coming across the formation. It will pick it up and still gain some positive yards.
3rd down and 5. Duke City. Football at the Rattlers' 9-yard line. Motion on either side of Mancuso. And he throws the crossing route. A little too high for his receiver, maybe a step behind. A taunting flag is going to come out on Dylan Winfrey.
And again, you're almost off the field. Might be on Omari Alexander.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 24. That's his first of the game. Half the distance to the goal line and an automatic first down.
Yeah, you got that right, Dale. It was Omari that got called for it. My apologies to Dylan Winfrey, the veteran.
Well, that's the thing. You talk about Dylan Winfrey being a leader on this team, and you're off the field. You're off the field. You're forcing a 4th down. You give them an automatic first down now. And if they score a touchdown, this is a one-score game or a one-score game again.
I would have loved to have seen Kevin Guy's reaction to that. Here's a high snap. That's kind of plagued Duke City.
Yes.
That hasn't cost them today, but they've snapped it high several times. As this one is going to get carried inside the 5-yard line, and now a player down on the field for the Rattlers. Carrying the ball was Jeff Carr.
Well, what that high snap does, has not cost them negative yardage yet, but it throws the time into the playoff.
Down on the field is Jamius Pittman. Pittman has been one of the few guys that's really been able to give consistent play on the defensive line for the Rattlers this whole season. And watching him walk off the field can't be a very inviting sight for Coach Guy and that defense.
Well, I did tell you how Kevin Guy reacted to Amari Alexander's unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Immediately was out of the game. I mean, I didn't even know if they announced it yet, and Alexander was out of the game. So that's how Kevin Guy reacted to that because, again, you love aggressive play, but after the play's over with, nobody's ever been intimidated in my mind in football.
So now the defense is going to have to stiffen up on a 2nd down and 4. Fake it, throw to the back of the end zone. Too much, too tall. Good catch, by the way, back in there. Sign that guy up. Good hands in the stands.
Well, that's Ron Schertz's playground there. The owner's box. You got food, you got drinks, and you get footballs. But you got to have your head on a swivel because, especially when teams are moving down here, look at that. Usually you see some drinks and food flying.
So the defense, can they do it a couple more times? 3rd down and 4. Mancuso has time and wide open in the middle of the end zone. Pass delivered. Catch made. And it's Greg Dent registering the touchdown for Duke City.
Well, and even there, Floyd, that play took a long time. He was sitting there in the middle of the field wide open for a little bit and still able to fire it in there.
Well, look at that protection. I mean, a wall of beef protecting the quarterback right there. Gave him time, found his man. Greg Dent, touchdown. And fresh off that long field goal, 54-yarder a while ago, Ernesto Lacayo will Try to make this a 4-point game, and he does. Kick is good as we take a timeout, everybody. 33-29, the Rattlers in front. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
I'm Dr. Pamela Lund, Director of Sports and Orthopedic Imaging at Simon Med Imaging. I've been reading sports MRI studies for patients and athletes at all levels for over 20 years. When you're injured, an accurate diagnosis can mean the difference between chronic pain or pain-free enjoyment of your life and sports activities. At Simon Med, we treat you just like all of our elite athletes, with state-of-the-art equipment, precise interpretation, and compassion.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
And we're back to it. We welcome you back in, everybody. Floyd Simmons, Dale Hellestray here with 1:23 remaining in the third quarter. Arizona Rattlers football, and Duke City will surrender the ball here in just a moment. Well, let's see. Duke City is 0-7, Dale, and now they've gotten a little bit of momentum going. Get that touchdown a moment ago. Get this thing back to manageable 4 points. Is it time for an onside try?
Well, I was going to say, at this point,
not time, but a deuce.
Again.
But a deuce might be on order.
Successful 2-point deuce.
Wow.
My goodness gracious. What I was going to say is, at this point in the game and into the fourth quarter, you have to expect the unexpected. Duke City's going to let everything out of the bag. And they got trick plays and they got things up their sleeve.
Why not?
You got to be ready for it.
Why not? I mean, you know, you're playing... Right now, you're just playing to try and keep the fans interested if you're at 0-7.
Well, remember, Kevin Guy said it to you. This team's played a bunch of close games. It's not like they're getting blown out, that they're not a good football team.
Delivery. That is Reed, and Reed is knocked down at about the 12-yard line. That'll be a short gain for the Rattlers, just short of the first. No, they're going to say that's enough for the first down. Maybe not. I thought they were indicating move the chains. Hey, Dale Hellestray, got a chance for you to win a prize. Maybe. Might win a prize if you can get within 3.5% of today's attendance here on this Memorial Day, Saturday, holiday weekend football game at Desert Diamond Arena. Here is the give and the tackle. Well, that's going to be close. I think that is going to be enough for the first down. Whoa, here we go. A little extra. That'll be an automatic first down after this one gets assessed. Shannon Brooks gets tossed to the ground. And I'll bring Sandy in on this one as well. Dale, you might win a prize if you can get within.
Over. Personal foul. Defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
If you can get within 3.5%. And by the way, that was not Shannon Brooks carrying the football now. That's quarterback Dalton Sneed. Of today's attendance, what do you think the number is?
Well, is this a round of golf at Torion? Is that what you're telling me?
Okay, I'll work that out. Yes, Torion Golf Club.
I'm going to guess 79-92.
79-92. Sandy, do you think he's close?
Oh, I'm terrible at this. No.
Yeah, Sandy!
You would be right as we watch Dalton decide to take it. Remember, Dalton Sneed did not run the football in the first half.
Right.
And now we see him a couple of times. He got roughed up pretty good a moment ago, and now he takes another hard hit to get the ball to the 11-yard line as you hear the end of the third quarter. get announced by today's game official. We'll grab a timeout. The final 15 minutes ought to be great. It's a close game going on here. 33-31. You see it there. Stand by for more Arizona Rattlers football right after this.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a clean, crisp finish. For anyone who expects more from their light beer, Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
MG Truck Driving School, an industry leader, where we utilize innovative technology. A place of learning. A place of knowledge. Real hands-on training. Experience and education you can depend on. MG, a place where careers are built and futures are made.
About set to go here in the fourth quarter, everybody. Welcome back in. Floyd Simmons in the booth with Dale Hellestray. On our sidelines is, of course, Sandy Charles. Sandy, let's see here. Dale said, what did he say, 79 something? What did you say?
7992.
No, I said 86-22.
Fibber.
Yeah. You really like golf, don't you?
Oh.
You'll stop at nothing to get a round of golf. All right, Sandy, what did you say? I can't remember.
I said no, he was not going to be close, and I have some very disappointing news if he was not close.
Well, he's not close.
Okay.
What's the news?
Dale, I've been waiting to tell you this, but Dalton Sneed's a huge golfer. He loves it. I was going to tell you, you could maybe take him, but you didn't win. So you can't take him. Dalton Sneed loves golf.
I'm going to tell you something, Sandy. The one thing you said is you're horrible at this, and then you said Dale's wrong.
Today's attendance at the Snake Pit, 9,562. Dalton Sneed breaks the pocket. Dalton Sneed goes inside the 5-yard line. He's going to get to about the 2. There's a defensive celebration at the end of it, even though Sneed gets the first and goal. I guess if you're a defender, you've got to find reasons to celebrate. Sneed finishing strong right there, gets it to the 2.
Yeah, I'm not so sure you're celebrating coming up and tackling a quarterback below the knees. I mean, okay, that's your job.
Well, that's the thing about defensive backs, right? I mean, they have to have a very short memory about stuff. And this one is going to go inside the 1-yard line. Will not go across or break the line. But Shannon Brooks gets wrapped up and held up right there just inside the 1-yard line.
Pretty sure tackle. Yeah, that's a big piece of meat right there.
That's a
Roderick
big fella.
Perry, 6'1", 304.
When you can grab a full-grown man who runs the ball like Shannon Brooks does and pick him up in the air and hold him and swing him back, that's a big fella. Here's the give in the middle, and that's going to be another great play and a great stop in that middle. There's Craig Holmes stepping up to make a play, but why not give a lot of credit to Roderick Perry again, because somewhere in the mix of all of that was the big boy.
Yes, and again, we're down inside that 5-yard line. Arizona Rattlers need to finish this drive off.
Sorry about that. Warren Thomas was also there. Yeah, look at Warren collapsing from his defensive end spot, getting there to help hold it all up, and the guy in the middle just plugged it up. That was great play by the front 3 of Duke City. Handed to Shannon Brooks, and they're there again. Shannon unable to find any room or quarter, and he is knocked down and loses another yard or 2.
And with each stop of the run, you can see the confidence in this Duke City Gladiator defense, the swagger that they have. Watch them. I mean, that's a wall.
That's Cam Pruitt, who was at the point of attack, I believe. Maybe Aaron Jackson up there. A little hard to distinguish. Is that a 7? Is that a 1? Boy, that was, yeah, I guess that's a 7. It's Aaron Jackson. What a play on that defense for Duke City. One more chance right here for the offense. 4th down and 3. And they're going for it from the 3-yard line. Fake it. Look to throw. There's all kinds of time. Throw a fastball. That one's caught! On his knees for the touchdown. Corey Reed has had some kind of game for the Arizona Rattlers, and he catches another TD. Dale, you get your quarterback back. You get the guy that you went out of the way to acquire in the offseason, and he shows you some of the things he's capable of doing. This is an offense that couldn't convert in that situation on 4th and goal at 3 that easily, but a good, confident quarterback, patient, waited for his guy.
Well, he also directed traffic, almost like you're out on the street playing street ball. You're pointing. Well, just call timeout. Looks like they're going for 2.
Well, after that, defensive line stepped up for Duke City and made a point of stopping the run. That offensive line for the Rattlers, led by Lamar Mady and Cole Carter. And give some credit to the teammate, William Lay. They gave their quarterback all the time he needed.
They gave a bunch of time, able to survey the field. Rattlers, the play clock was running down. They're going to go for 2, so they call timeout, make sure they're in the right formation, and call the right play.
Yeah, every play here becoming big, looming large for the Rattlers, so they did take a timeout just now. We stay here through it. And the Rattlers trying to get...
Yeah, hey, I'm all for imposing your will on another team, and I'm always about running the football and being physical. But the way the Gladiators front was standing up, kind of would have been a knucklehead to call another running play.
Yeah, I don't think you go up the middle against this defense today. Maybe some misdirection. We'll see if they're running the football. We'll see if they'll throw for 2. They're throwing. Snead to the back of the end zone, and he's got his guy. Big conversion, and who is it again? Corey Reed Jr. has stepped it up today. Delivers again for the Rattlers. Nice pocket, nice throw. Middle of the field.
That was a touchdown, and again,
Dalton's picking him apart, isn't he?
On that 2-point conversion, Corey Reed, 6'3", comes down with the ball.
Stand by. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
You came looking for a light beer, and you found gold. Modelo Oro, the light beer with a smooth, elevated taste. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Being a parent, especially for the first time, with that comes a lot of self-doubt. As a dad, I just try to lead by example. When you're trying to be the best person that you can be, your kids see that, and then they emulate that.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
Hey there, Striker. Having some fun with the fans. scaling the wall and celebrating as the Rattlers go back in front by 10. The successful two-point conversion, the touchdown pass that preceded that from Dalton Sneed and this Arizona Rattlers team showing flashes of brilliance.
Brilliance might be pushing a little bit, but you can see the signs of some things coming together in this game. But the number one thing is you see energy from this team that you have not seen the last couple of weeks.
See what's the point spread again in this game is 14.5 points. That's starting to look like something that might come into play for some folks out there.
I'm so glad I'm not a gambler. I'm so glad I'm not a gambler.
Here's the kick. This one is going to be brought out of the end zone. And not very far out. And summarily deposited right at the 10-yard line. Boy, Greg Dent, veteran of this league and a great receiver, and now getting his chance to return it. Jermaine Dobbs, his numerical counterpart, met him right there.
Well, it's interesting. I imagine that Coach Jarnigan had some choice words for the kickoff team after that opening kickoff was returned down to the 5 or 10 yard line, and since then you've seen a lot more energy on the kickoff coverage.
Mancuso brings them out. The Gladiators go back on offense. Loaded up on the offense's right side, the defense's left, and that left a wide open seam right there. If you beat one defender, and Gladiators take advantage. I think we'll get a face mask at the end of it as well as the ball goes out to near the 15-yard line. 3 defenders converged, but Dale, I was watching that side of the field, was wide open.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 8. Half the distance to the goal line, automatic first down.
All that had to happen was the runner just beat one defender on that side of the field.
We talked about that. That one defender was Farrell, who played one heck of a game, but you see this nice move by Carr. You can see the explosiveness, and looks like there was a hand that got into the face mask. And
the Gladiators set up at the 9-yard line. And they'll run opposite the motion. A nice cutback, but great pursuit defensively to come in and make the play. Is that Devontae?
No, that is Farrell again.
It is.
The one thing that jumps out about number 9 for the Rattlers, watch this explosiveness. Watch him come from right there and close 4 yards in a hurry. 6'2", 215 pounds, not quite as big as Connor Taylor, but seems to have a little more explosiveness.
It's a big play defensively, lost a yard on that play. Second down and goal to go at the 9-yard line. Mancuso looks back, and that one is taken away. It's caught, and then I believe that's going to be a fumble recovered by Alexander. He strips it after the catch by the receiver. The Rattlers take over their first takeaway of the game.
It's a hand strength battle. You see Alexander back in the game after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That will obviously soothe the pain of that.
I think they gave him a generous forward progress spot at the 5-yard line. They marked him there, but unless the whistle blew at that point, because he came running back toward the goal line, one way or the other, the Rattlers take over at the 5-yard line, and you are 100% right. I mean, Alexander, that is going to help the meetings on Monday a lot, isn't it?
Gonna ease the pain of that chew out he's gonna get watching film.
You make a mistake, you go and you make a big play, and Omari Alexander delivers for the Rattlers. And they're back in business at the 5-yard line. Snead throwing deep. He's got a man wide open. That is caught by Jackson. That's an Arizona Rattlers touchdown. Najir Jackson beat the defender. All he had to do was get a good pass. And Dalton Snead did his part. The Rattlers are on the board again.
Great protection up front. Great throw, great route. Look at that. All the time in the world to step up. And you talk about getting a turnover, then making them pay in a hurry. And for the first time in a long time, I actually saw Kevin Guy sprint the entire length of the field.
Delay game. Kicking team.
He looks like he's still out of breath.
Still a try.
Well, Coach Guy is fired up. His team making a play. They got the Alexander. Now, go ahead and tell me how they're going to rule this on the stat sheet. I believe that was a catch and a strip fumble recovery by Alexander earlier on the takeaway.
I think it was an interception, and when your team is losing like Duke City, those are the plays that go against you.
Kick is blocked. Return is underway. There's a pretty good block, and then finally tackle, and we'll grab a timeout after all of that. Our score 47-31. It's getting heated here at the Snake Pit.
Well, I wonder if Kevin Guy is going all the way over the other side of the football field.
Well, stand by. We'll grab a timeout as the officials talk something over, and we'll break it down for you after the break. This is Arizona Rattlers football. Stand by.
MG Truck Driving School, an industry leader, where we utilize innovative technology. A place of learning, a place of knowledge, real hands-on training, experience and education you can depend on. MG, a place where careers are built and futures are made.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take feeling +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
I'm Belinda, and this is Willard, and we were adopted in 2021. When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile, and he has a big heart to match.
The energy you give Todd, you get it back from Todd.
Yeah.
Todd's a joy.
Yes, he
Todd
is.
really is a great joy.
I love him. You and you.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
So a couple of things. First of all, the Omari Alexander takeaway is officially scored as an interception. So an interception for Alexander that set up the touchdown that you just witnessed a moment ago from Dalton Snead to Najir Jackson. Now, the officials are talking, you can see there with Duke City.
I just found out.
And, okay. Sandy, what did you find out?
So Coach Guy, we all saw run over to the other side of the field. So he was talking to the in-house person who starts the 25-second clock. So supposedly she or he, whoever is over there, is starting it too fast, and they're concerned not watching the officials. So that's what the issue is.
Okay. All right. So a concern there. And we're going to get some more words from the referee or not. Now he's over talking with Jeff Jarnigan, maybe giving an explanation on something. There was a penalty assessed while you were gone. If you were watching on the return right here, you're going to see a block in the end zone. That block right there, considered a blindside block, that is a personal foul against the Rattlers. And because it occurred in the end zone on a point after try, a 1-point safety was assessed against the Rattlers. That gives a point to Duke City. Our score now 48-30 after that penalty. And eventually the Rattlers are going to kick the ball off.
I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. Duke City.
Duke City got a point. Oh, no, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Pardon me on that. Yes. Confusion reigning supreme right now, and all of the discussions with the officials. You're right. It was the Rattlers who got blocked trying to stop the return. The safety is points for Arizona. A point. One single point for Arizona. So they didn't get the kick. It was blocked. But they got a point anyway.
Yes, that obviously, as I said during the break to you, I said, hopefully the Rattlers don't use up all their breaks here tonight, because you do not see that happen ever. And we saw it happen tonight.
I'm sure they would like to save some of the good fortune that is, and the ball bouncing their way like it has tonight for some of the upcoming action they've got next week at Jacksonville. The following week they will be at San Diego, a team that they would like to get some vengeance on from an earlier loss this season.
Out of bounds, ball will be placed at the 25-yard line.
And by the way, after they play San Diego in Southern California on June 8th, the following week, back here, our next broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football is on June 15th, 6:05 p.m. kickoff, right here at the Snake Pit. Do join us. Come out in person. Let's grow this crowd again. I think the largest crowd we've had for the Rattlers this season is tonight. 9,562 is the number. Dale, you weren't anywhere close to the 3.5% necessary for you to get some free golf.
You didn't hear me say 94-36?
I didn't hear it, no. I'm sorry. I'll have to go back to the tape on that. Strong finish to this one here tonight. And a lot of chippiness. Here's the ball thrown. Great catch made at the 15-yard line. And Dylan Winfrey has to make the tackle, put a stop to that one. Greg Dent with a great catch and with some pressure from the defender.
Boy, everything about that says no. Across your body, running full speed to the middle of the field. Oh, good throw, good catch.
Yeah, that's one that your coaches don't want you to throw, do they? Throw back across your body across the field. But Mancuso, he made it pay off. He'll take the snap here. His team working near the 15-yard line. Throw it toward the end zone. Two defenders out there, and that's going to be pass interference. Alexander figuring in again on this defensive play. The intended receiver here on the near side of the field for the Gladiators. That was Debonair Concliffe.
And he really didn't need to do that. That ball was 4 rows deep.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line and an automatic first down.
I mean, this ball wasn't anywhere close to the receiver.
Well, this time Alexander will stay on the field. It was a physical mistake, not as much a mental mistake as the time before. And they put the ball, as you heard, at the 2-yard line. Handoff. Going to try to run, try to get the edge, and that is going to be close. The official from the far side comes in and says that he was able to break the goal line. Jeff Carr crosses for the apparent touchdown.
Boy, you can see how shifty Carr is. 5'7", 180 pounds. Gives a little shoulder fake like he's going inside, bounces outside, and very slippery around the end. He's going to drop kick it.
Try to get a couple out of it, huh? Here's a high snap. Well, that's not going to happen. And Garo Yepremian tries to throw that one. Actually throws it into the cheap seats up there. That one is Rattlers beneficiaries of another high snap.
Well, what I was going to point out is the fact that he's kicked a number of deuces tonight, but remember, when you're kicking out, the ball's placed where you want it placed. There's no timing, there's no rush, there's nothing. And field goals, extra points, the snap's got to be at least somewhat decent. Looks like Laughing House back in the game.
Good to see him back.
Yes.
Well, looking back, more than 10 minutes ago, of course, the fourth quarter, or the third quarter ended, or 9.5 minutes ago on the clock. But through that point of the game, Rattlers offense had tallied 184 yards total. And through three quarters, Duke City still down at 67. So this Rattlers defense certainly has come to play, but Duke City, this is the nature of the IFL game, that even when a defense has a decided advantage statistically over the other team, there's still opportunities that exist for you, like the deuces that we've seen converted today, and the long field goal by Ernesto Lacayo. He's really kind of been the player of the game kind of for Duke City today.
Yes, he has.
All that he's done to keep them within fighting reach of this Rattlers lead at 48-37.
I mean, I lost track of how many points he has, but they have 37. He's got at least 8 or 9 points.
2 field goals, right?
2 field goals, couple deuces.
That's 10. He's converted it 3 points after, 4 points after, something like that. Yeah, he's had a terrific game. And what will he do here now for his team with 5:41 on the clock? Trailing by 11, the onside attempts, and that one is not going to go far enough. And it did look like it bounced off a couple of guys. The officials not indicating anything yet.
Well, usually you'll see a flag go up if it's touched before the 10 yards.
Ruling on the field is illegal touching by the kicking team. It'll be first down, Arizona.
That's one of those, call a penalty but don't throw a flag.
I actually think the kicker might have hit his body. See his body is hit.
That's a great look at it right there. Looks like it bounces up and hits the coverage men from behind right there, yeah? It's a tough...
So many things can happen.
Yeah, tough call to make right there, but the official does call the illegal touching, and the Rattlers take over at the 8-yard line. Great look down there, Peterson. That's Peterson there on that camera.
All right, Peterson.
He deserves a shout-out. Chris Peterson, to those who don't already know.
Not the coach.
No, not Coach Peterson.
Okay.
Do I know Coach Peterson? Second question. Here's the toss, right side. Shannon Brooks. You're going to try to get the corner. Well, running up the middle was not probably, the best idea earlier. Yeah, so now they're going to try to get outside. And Shannon, who's had a good game running the football. And he'll get knocked down at near the 5-yard line.
Well, I think we just let it go by a little bit, but when Sandy said the reason that Coach Guy ran across the field was because the guy started the play clock, and the Rattlers had the ball was started too quick. When you're at home, you should have that advantage.
Or certainly you want it to be completely unbiased for sure and zeroed. Here comes the throw, and Dalton Snead unable to connect near the corner. Incomplete, looking for Jamal Miles was in the area. Corey Reed was back there as well.
Well, clock continues to run, but you definitely want to finish this off with a touchdown. The great field position you got because of the onside kick. 48-37 right now, 11-point game. Remember, in the IFL, anything can happen.
Dalton Sneed, 17 of 27, 187 yards, 5 touchdowns today. Throwing the football. He'll try to throw another one right here, and he does. Jamal Miles hauls it in, and Jamal Miles is in the end zone. Touchdown, Rattlers. The clock is marching its way down, becoming a big enemy of this Gladiators football team, and you watch Jamal Miles figure in right here with a big touchdown.
Well, he's the one that comes in motion, comes under the coverage. Watch him, he'll be to the left of your screen.
We'll get another look at it after we take a look at the point after converted by Dawson Evans. He leads the league, Dawson does, in points after, efficiency, and field goals as well. And he adds that single point there after the touchdown. As you look again at Dalton Sneed hooking up with the veteran Jamal Miles.
Again, the offensive line being challenged. Great pass protection up front. Mady, Lay, Carter. Nice route by Miles. Ball delivered on time, and what I've noticed a little bit more today, we're seeing a little bit of that timing come back. Ball coming out on time, which makes it a lot easier to pass protect, makes it a lot easier to catch the ball.
Dalton now 18 of 28, 191, 6 touchdowns thrown by last year's championship game most valuable player. Running the football today, by the way, Shannon Brooks, 14 carries, 47 yards, and a score. Dalton Sneed has carried it 3 times, all in the second half, for 19 yards. And Corey Reed, the one other tote today for 4 yards.
Almost a sense of relief down out there in the Rattlers bullpen.
Here's the quarterback, Dalton Sneed. And the Rattlers they are playing like it's the playoffs, aren't they? They do have a sense of urgency going. Here's this kick that will go wide left. Into the stands.
Free kick out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the 25-yard line.
How about that, huh? Give a souvenir. One kid helping out another kid have a good time at the ballpark.
We've seen that a lot. I've seen a couple of adults catch footballs in the stands and hand them to the kids around them. And great camaraderie here at Rattlers games. Not exactly sure why he's kicking that out of bounds. Start the ball on the 25-yard line.
Make sure to come on out for the next Arizona Rattlers game. We'll let you know who that will be right after we take a look at Joe Mancuso in his Gladiator offensive mates. Empty backfield. Mancuso wants all of it, and he's got a wide open receiver. That is hauled in for a touchdown. I'm looking for flags. Nothing out there. The defense got crossed up, and Mancuso delivered. And on the receiving end of that touchdown pass, Devonair Concliffe.
Wow, obviously a huge miscommunication on the Rattlers defensive backs here. 3 guys looking at each other.
Well, you can't make it that easy. You can't.
No. You want to make it run 3, 4, 5 plays, let this clock run down if in fact they are going to score.
Approaching 2 minutes remaining now, and a 2-point try. And Mancuso looks for that big target yet again. Concliffe hauls it in right in front of Jermaine Dobbs and able to convert the 2. So that makes it interesting for sure with a lot of time left in this one. These two teams with some timeouts remaining. Duke City's got 3 timeouts left. The Rattlers have 2 timeouts left. Arizona will return home after a 2-game road trip to face Northern Arizona Saturday, June 15th, 6:05 p.m. kickoff. Go to azrattlers.com to get your tickets for the next home matchup. And let's say we crack the 10,000 fan barrier, 10,000 attendance barrier, 2 weeks when the Rattlers return. You like that idea?
I like that idea. I didn't really survey the club level seats. Quite a few people in the club level seats today. I'm going to come with my A game. I'm winning that Golfatorium.
You're going to try to figure something out.
I am.
Yeah,
Boy, if I could get Sandy in on this with me, he could somehow find the attendance before it's given to you.
Well, you could ask Sandy to count them.
Count all the people?
Yeah, count them as it come through the turnstiles, maybe.
Yeah, not happening.
Get one of those clickers.
You can maybe ask Alexa to drop it off to you first, Sandy, and
the number.
Yeah, and text me.
Here's an onside try. That's going to bounce high. This is going to be Gladiators football. What a kick by Ernesto Lacayo, and a recovery for Duke City, and they are not going quietly on into that night. 55-45, but a chance to cut this down to a one-score game. You know, listen, you score a touchdown, you get a 2-point conversion, you get a deuce. You could tie this game up here in short order.
And again, what an awesome onside kick. Watch the hop it takes right at the 10-yard line.
I mean, beautifully done.
Tremendous execution by Duke City again. This team has not quit all night long, and you got to tip your cap to them.
Well, the home office at the IFL, Commissioner Todd Tryon and his people, I'll tell you, it's going to be hard to beat Ernesto Lacayo out for the Special Teams Player of the Week in the IFL with the job he has done today. What a great job. There's a high tackle. Coming through, Farrell. Right up the middle with the pressure. Travarius Farrell with a big play defensively for the Rattlers.
Well, it's interesting. That's 2 times now that he's tackled a quarterback. Both of them really high.
Please reset the game clock to 1:31.
I think if you're Duke City, you could be saying, is this not a penalty? I love the pressure, love the hustle, love all those things. But I will bring the tackle down a little bit lower.
Well, you know, I was worried about what you were just talking about, Dale, when you see the tackle and how it was made up high like that. But the officials didn't feel like, I guess they felt like maybe the quarterback ducked his way into that.
So, in other words, you're telling me that Joe Mancuso is not looked at like Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. You might have been suspended if you tackled Tom Brady that way.
Well, I probably shouldn't comment. You're 100% right. Let me put it that way. No, Mr. Mancuso did not get that kind of deference. 55-45. Duke City. Big moment for them with 91 seconds remaining in regulation. Mancuso will throw it. Hauled in on the near side of the field. And there comes the defense to converge on that. Is that Lamar Mady out there on defense for this Rattlers squad?
That is Lamar Mady, all IFL offensive lineman. Now he's rushing the passer.
He just made a tackle. I don't know if he expected to do that all season long. We get early movements, and look at Lamar Mady, 94, out on the field.
Ball start. Offense, number 5. The penalties half the distance to the goal line. Still 3rd down.
It's Greg Dent that got the early start.
Well, again, the Rattlers escape because the left defensive end, you see Mady right there, left defensive end for the Rattlers, stood up and started running backwards. Got to have all 3 guys with their hand on the ground when the ball is snapped.
Approaching the 1-minute warning. This should be the final play before that. Mancuso stepping up, delivering sidearm, and incomplete. As we get to this 1-minute warning, stand by everybody. This ought to be an exciting final 60 seconds. We'll have it for you in a moment. Don't go anywhere. It's Arizona Rattlers football.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun.
I take a chance, I do.
For Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance.
It's so fun to do.
Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers.
Take a chance.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experiences with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Make Spooner your first stop for your injury prevention, recovery, and treatment needs. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance trainings, our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Honor is a steady rhythm, a beat that inspires remarkable medical professionals to work with passion and purpose. A tireless dedication to the lives we serve is what drives all of us at Honor Health. A shared focus on doing what we love. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Final 60 seconds about to get underway here in this all-important matchup between the Arizona Rattlers and Duke City Gladiators. And here comes Ernesto Lacayo on to try a field goal that would be about 62 or 3 yards from where I see the spot. But a marker is down.
Illegal substitution. Offense. Half the distance to the goal line. Still 4th down.
So the final minute begins auspiciously.
Yes.
Okay, so the official they've marked off the half the distance, and the spot of the football, it looks like it's about 3, maybe 2.5 yards deep in the end zone. And what is Lacayo's mission right here? Is he literally going to try to kick a field goal? He is. He gets a pretty good foot into it, and that's going to be short. It will be interfered with by the fan behind Jamal Miles. Jamal saying, hey, you're a hometown fan. You're supposed to help me out here, man.
Hold on, he got Bartman. Steve Bartman.
Yes, he did. Chicago Cubs. I know the reference.
Yes.
The officials are talking that one over now. And we're going to find out what they rule on this. Fan interference or something like that.
The result of the play is fan interference, which will result in a touchback. The bank foul for the illegal substitution will be added on. The ball will be placed at the 10-yard line.
Okay, so Sandy Charles has something of an explanation as to why we're seeing Lamar Mady out there, Sandy.
Yeah, so as we know, Pittman has a concussion and is not available. So Majette was filling in as the backup, and he is now hurt. So Lamar Mady is in.
It's all hands on deck.
Yes, it is, and that's why they cross-train a lot of these guys. And, boy, tip your cap to Lamar Mady. Again, a dude who has been all IFL as an offensive lineman, stepping in, helping his team get a win here. Late in this game against Duke City.
So the Rattlers will try to see if they can get Duke City to burn those timeouts. They go under center, and they'll run it downhill, and Shannon Brooks is going to go out of bounds and stop the clock. Well, that's not what Shannon was instructed to do, I'm pretty sure.
No, if you want to go down before you hit the dashboard, I think Shannon Brooks is arguing I did go down, but clock stops on its own.
So that's a free timeout for the defense.
Remember, we're inside a minute here in the game. So all the rules change in the IFL as far as timing. Touch the dasher boards out of bounds, clock stops. Incomplete pass, clock stops.
10 seconds. We'll see if Dalton can use all that. Well, he doesn't. He left 7 seconds on the play clock. And a short gain for Shannon, who is asking for an official to throw his flag for face mask. Not going to happen there. Well, look, a couple of things right there. First of all, Shannon goes out of bounds, needed to stay in bounds. Now, after the running play, Duke City calls a timeout. But the other thing is that they snapped it with 7 seconds on the play clock, Dale, and I think the guys on the field still trying to get a feel for each other and a feel for the game today.
Just remember, though, the clock had been stopped because of him going out of bounds.
That is true.
So when you look at it, it's the going out of bounds initially when you're told that in the huddle. All right, they have a certain call for this part of the game, which means you don't go out of bounds. I saw Kevin Guy jump in the air as high as Kevin Guy can jump, maybe about 6 inches in anger after that happened.
The credit card jump.
Yes, and he's got to be quick because he comes down fast.
42.9 seconds left. Throwing the football behind the receiver. That's going to go incomplete and stop the clock with 39.4 seconds left. And a 4th down, 4th and 6 now for the Rattlers.
Boy.
Yeah, Coach Guy looking back again, 2 plays back.
Well, from that look, though, did he actually touch the dashboard? Did he touch it with his hand?
So you're saying maybe he went down?
Let's see here.
Yeah, there's a foot, I think, into it. Contact from the defender as well. Look at this, 4th down and 6. Got to throw. Pressure coming, batted down. That was a great defensive call by Duke City, and they're still alive in this thing with 37.2 seconds left. They won't have to, or will they call it their final timeout right here? Well, they won't have to. They're going to get the ball back with great field position. And look, in this game, you can score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, hit a deuce, and score 10 points.
Yes. And guess what? If they score here, they still got a timeout in their pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, and you go back to that, to not getting out of bounds. You force Duke City to call a timeout right then and there.
Yes.
And, maybe the situation you're looking at right now is there's far fewer seconds left on the clock, and or the final timeout has already been spent by Duke City post that play. Here we go. Mancuso, empty backfield. Throw to the end zone, and there was some hand fighting going on, but the official says no, incidental. The ball goes out of bounds. And that'll stop the clock, 32 seconds remaining.
So the Rattler players said, hey, I could have intercepted that. Let me catch it. I'll give it to you afterwards. I'm not sure if Dobbs could have caught that, but we'll take a look here.
So look at, just throw it up to the big guy, right? You've got an advantage with Devonair Conkliffe. How many times are they going to go right at that receiver? Attack where he is again? Find out he's lined up wide right. Looking that direction, throw to him again. Throw the jump ball, and this one out of bounds again.
But you got to give your guy a chance. I mean, Mancuso throwing that ball so high, I understand Conkliffe is 6'2", 240 pounds, but you got to give him a chance.
So now maybe you throw a wrinkle at the defense, right? They're going to expect. Conkliffe again.
You would think.
The chess match. There is a size advantage, of course, against any of these defensive backs that the Rattlers have. Looks like Devontae Merriweather is going to slide over that side and maybe give a little double coverage help, and he is trying to. There's a ball thrown, and Devontae breaks up the pass at the goal line. It was in the hands of the receiver, and Devontae was able to apply enough of a hit on it to knock it loose. Incomplete to Greg Dent.
I wish I could explain how much this hurts. Watch this. Goes up for the ball, gets hit from behind, ribs go into the dashboard. It still concentrates enough to almost catch this football.
Great effort by everybody involved. Quarterback threw the ball in about the best place he could. Greg Dent made the effort at it. Devontae timed his hit perfect. And we've got 23 seconds left and a 4th down. Got to score right here. Mancuso stepping up and firing. The touchdown is caught. And it's Greg Dent who does it.
What a tremendous catch by Dent. Full body layout, catches it with his hands almost parallel to the ground.
Got to go for 2.
Look at this catch. Throw late. Leaves his feet.
What a catch. What a throw. You know, good coverage by the defender.
Yeah.
You can't cover that much better. Alexander was there. Can't really ask, it was Merriweather, pardon me. Can't ask him to do a much better job of defending that pass.
Oh, they had to call a timeout because that play clock was running down.
Duke City didn't want to lose the 5 yards on the try for 2, although at this point of the field, maybe 5 yards doesn't matter a whole lot. Maybe the timeout would have been more valuable, but they called the timeout to talk their options over, give a little more time. That's just a good look.
Great camera work.
Everybody did their job on
that.
You got the guys on the field. You got our production team led by Derek Simmons. That was Chris Peterson's look down there. The other guys as well, Jim Hartman with a good look at the play, and Andre Stevens. Hey, good job, crew. Bob Hammond, the director, figuring on somehow on that. I don't know, yelling at guys, telling them, cracking that whip, making sure they get it done.
Got hand signals I don't understand, and he gives you looks like you don't understand. A jaw sign.
17 seconds remaining, but this is an untimed down here for 2. Mancuso got a man wide open, and they convert. The 2-point conversion will get this to make this a 2-point game, and guess what? Ernesto Lacayo has converted 2 deuces today, and he's going to line up and try another one here in just a couple of moments, try to tie this game. And on the field, there's an injured player for Duke City. That's Greg Dent. Greg has been, he has just had a tough game. Look at the catch he makes for the touchdown a moment ago.
Yeah.
And then the 2-point conversion right here. And it's Dent again. And all eyes are on number 22.
Oh boy, oh boy. Who would have thought they could tie the game with a deuce?
Can Duke City force overtime, or at least give us, the chance at overtime? Wow. Arizona will get the ball after a kickoff a moment from now.
If he makes this, forget Special Teams Player of the Week. Well, Special Teams Player of the Year.
It's not often that a kicker has the spotlight on him, from start to finish, kind of like Ernesto has. And, hey, listen, he used to be a member of this team.
Yes.
He used to be the kicker for the Rattlers.
How rewarding would that be if he sends this into overtime?
Sure, you'd feel pretty good about it. Look how he positions the ball, by the way. Normally, you angle it back, right? You tip it back toward yourself, but he angles it away for his kick. I don't know. Ernesto does it his way. Let's see what he does right here. There's the kick for the deuce. Enough distance. And it's wide right. He had enough. It goes to the right. And the fairy tale game for Lacayo, still a great one.
Wow.
Gonna end like that.
And obviously we couldn't see from our angle, but I was watching him. And I think it had a chance all the way to the very end.
Must have faded it, huh? Like Dale Hellestray with his with his 3-wood out there. Just fading that thing. Take a look at it from behind. There's your kick. He's Trying to will it to hook back in. It just misses by that much. Overtime was that close. As Dalton takes a knee, and the Rattlers escape with a win. They're going to go above 500 again with this victory today. 5-4 on the campaign, and for the tough luck Duke City Gladiators, they dropped to 0-8. How many times have they had a game this close this season? They've had a number. The Rattlers themselves are just a handful of plays away from being, instead of 5-4, how about 7-2? And that's with all the adversity, the injuries, and everything that they have been challenged with this season. Kevin Guy and his guys, they've got to be a little bit happy to come away with a victory today. Sandy Charles.
Yes, thanks, Floyd. Coach, you found your rhythm offensively, second, third, fourth quarter. What are you liking, and now that you're building your chemistry with your guys?
You know, we're just not, football IQ is not very smart. We blow a coverage when we were not changing the coverage at all. We said we weren't going to change the coverage at all, and we checked to a different coverage and blew a coverage. Then we go out of bounds when we're trying to run the clock out. All we had to do was run it twice and go out. Our football IQ needs to get better.
Let's touch on Corey Reed Jr. He did have a big game. Now that it's over, it's in the books. What do you see from his performance?
He played well. I'm happy with him. We just got to keep getting better.
Thanks, Coach. Bye.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, Dale, sometimes even in victory, you're going to be pretty disappointed. And Coach Guy, his team, they had a 2.5 touchdown lead not long before we saw Ernesto Lacayo almost send us to overtime.
Well, and again, it's how that happened, okay? Obviously, we're not in the huddle. We don't know that he's telling them, we're not changing the coverage, keep the coverage the same, and then somebody checked the coverage, and obviously not everybody got it. And then you tell your team, you go through it every week, we're trying to run the clock out. Do not touch the dashboard. They did that. And so, yes, in my mind, it's always better to learn from a win than it is a loss. But, boy, there's some blunders down the stretch.
There's a lot of learning to do, isn't there? A lot of educating to be done in the next days that follow. Do want to remind you that the Rattlers are going to go on the road for a couple of weeks. They'll be at Jacksonville next week. They're going to travel to the Sunshine State, play a little bit of football. That'll be next week. And then the following week, they are going to go to Southern California. How about a couple of trips out there to some of the sunnier, more beautiful areas of the country? I mean, we get a lot of sunshine here, but we also get that dry heat. And they're going to get out to some pretty nice climbs.
I might have to stop in. I'll be out there Coronado when they're in San Diego. I might have to stop by and see a game. Could you give me tickets?
I can get you hooked up.
You can?
I'll get you on the front row.
Oh, you can?
Oh, I think I can.
All right. Well, we'll put you to the challenge.
Okay. We'll get you. Maybe we'll see if we can get you on camera over there. Make a play, would you? Make a play from the front row.
Fan interference.
Something.
I know him.
Do something, okay? A couple of looks. Let's look at some numbers out there. The Rattlers ended up with 250 yards of total offense. Duke City with 135 in the game. The Rattlers 19 total first downs. Duke City had 14 in that category. A couple other items of note. Dalton Sneed finished the game 18 of 30 for 191 and 6 touchdowns. Hasn't thrown an interception these last couple of games back in the lineup for the Rattlers, so that's a good note. Shannon Brooks, 16 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown on the ground today. Coming back to the passing game, Corey Reed. What a great game. 7 catches, 85 yards, 3 touchdowns. That young man, he's a rookie this year, Dale, and he certainly stepped it up big when they needed him today.
He is a Kevin Guy prototype receiver. I mean, Kevin Guy's always liked the big, tall, rangy guys who are big targets, and Corey Reed is kind of developing into that. I mean, I'm remembering like Maurice Purifies and guys like that over the years that played for Kevin Guy, and he's starting to fit that mold.
Give a lot of credit to Niger Jackson. His game today, 4 catches, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving for him. Jamal Miles grabbed a couple of passes for 15 yards and a touchdown for Jamal on this one today. Shannon Brooks rounds out your receiving core. 5 catches and 15 total yards receiving the ball today for the Rattlers. On the other side, I want to mention Greg Dent because as one of the premier veterans in the league, he always deserves his name mentioned. Greg Dent, 4 catches, 48 yards, and a pair of touchdowns today for his Rattlers teammates. Joe Mancuso struggled a bit today against this Rattlers defense. 11 for 25, 98 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception that he delivered today, and that was an impressive interception by Omari Alexander, wasn't it?
Yes, well, what a tremendous interception. I don't know if you can put that on the quarterback, but obviously it goes against his stats as we see that right there. Just tremendous hand-eye coordination and hand strength by Alexander.
Take it away right there, Omari. Good job on that, and certainly made up for an earlier miscue with that big takeaway. You see there on your scoring graphic, you see that the Arizona Rattlers came into the game 14.5-point favorites, and I got to tell you, if not for a few mental mistakes that they made on this one today, they would have covered that for you guys out there that were expecting them to. Sorry that they didn't. They did get the win, though.
It's always interesting because I think coaches secretly like to win games with some mistakes so that they got next week to work on certain things. And obviously this Rattler team, while they got a win, obviously a lot of things need to be improved.
Let's throw that graphic up on our next game coming up. The next broadcast that you can catch here on the IFL's YouTube channel featuring the Arizona Rattlers at home will be 3 weeks. 3 weeks hence. Saturday, June 15th, 6:05. Northern Arizona coming to town. That NAS team, they're battling it out, and they are firmly right now in the driver's seat, their own destiny for a playoff spot, and that's going to be a tough game at home. So come out and check it out. June 15th, our next time at home with a Rattlers broadcast. Next time you get to catch them here at the Snake Pit Desert Diamond Arena. And I want to thank our entire broadcast crew as we wrap it up today for you from Glendale Arena. Always fun, Dale. Always fun.
Always enjoy it, Floyd. Looking forward to golf at Torion.
Yes, we'll make it happen. I'm looking forward to golfing in this hot heat down here with you sometime soon, okay? All right. Thanks to our entire broadcast team led by our producer and technical director, Derek Simmons. Our director has been Bob Hammond. Also on crew today, the likes of Jim Hartman and Chris Peterson and Andre Stevens. Want to say thank you to our amazing sideline reporter. And that, of course, is Sandy Charles. For my broadcast partner here.
Your amazing broadcast partner?
For my amazing broadcast partner, Dale Hellestray, that's it. For Dale Hellestray. I'm Floyd Simmons. Thank you for joining us, and God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Remember what it's all about, and celebrate those who have given everything for us. We'll see you next time with more Arizona Rattlers football.